quite hot, look.
Doors open.
It's no breeze, so it's a trouble.
27 tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that's after that. Then it's down to 20.
Good. I don't like it hot. Oof.
And that'll be the end of it, I think, because 2 weeks, the 2 week forecast is.
Careful.
Yeah, should be alright now.
Saves money, I suppose, apart from just petrol on the way.
Yeah.
Probably cheaper to ride that than what it is to fly, I suppose.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, they've closed the link from Southampton, so you've got to go to London to get to. Yeah. Which is a pain in the
They've
neck.
got to cross borders, do they?
No, they go to what's the nearest airport to them? We went to Cork, but the way they've moved to now is another one. I can't remember the name of it, but that goes to London.
Oh, did I have to take her?
Move somewhere.
Plane then?
No, they're going on a ferry.
Oh right.
Yeah,
right.
which is a 3-hour journey.
Oh right. You take the bike on there.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah.
Are you okay now, I think? Is that working? Looks like it, doesn't it?
I'm not
It's
moving.
hot.
Yes, there's a delay though, isn't there? That's the thing. It should be alright.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It looks okay, doesn't it? Right, so
I've got to
yeah.
get my glasses. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just realised I might have to read something on there.
Hopefully my glasses don't fall apart. It's right now.
Yeah, so we set it up. So you've got the house here, all right?
All right.
Got some locations over here. This is the closest one. This is the furthest one away, right?
Yeah.
That's distant location. Okay. This is what we've got. So we've got some raw food, some wood, a shovel, lock pick, 2 lots of water, and some tools or whatever stuff. Yeah.
Scrap.
Okay. Yeah.
Scrap metal.
Yeah. So you got things that you can explore in the house and stuff. You've got your objectives up here. Visitors, residents will be coming out. You can explore, to go on night raids, various other things. And characters have got special abilities. So I don't know if you want to grab some of those, Julie or Mummy, and just read what their abilities are, whatever.
Okay.
Just read off the card for a second.
Boris, warehouse worker. Spirit. If Boris is fatigued, level 2 or 3, raise his misery by 1. Habit. Discard 1 cigarette from the storage or raise Boris's misery by 1. If Boris is wounded, lower his wound by 1.
Right.
Got 2 prowess and 5 empathy and 6 infantry.
This is Amelia, who's a lawyer. 3 empathy and 1 prowess.
Mm-hmm.
The journal is at the beginning of the dawn phase. Amelia may raise her fatigue by any amount to lower her misery by the same amount.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit A, habit. Okay, discard 1 coffee from the storage to raise Amelia's misery by 1. B and C, if there are at least 2 cold tokens on the cold space, raise Amelia's misery by 1. She's a misery.
Anton, Professor and Mathematics. 0 prowess, 7 empathy, 3 infantry. Spirit. There is at least 1 book in the storage. Lower Anton's misery by 1 if he is miserable, and raise his fatigue by 1. If Anton is hungry, level 2 or 3, raise his illness by 1. If Anton is wounded, raise his wounds by 1.
Right, so at the moment they've all got hunger level of 2. So does that mean we have to raise his levels up or whatever?
What, at the start?
Yeah. Just move the green tokens up there, so they're next to each one there. Yeah, so yeah, so it tells us right in the setup to read section 101 right about the character skills. I think on your classes as well. So Well, please, it says, please read the skill descriptions on the character cards, which we've done, right? As well as their stats and their spirit value. So what was their spirit value?
Emilia is 3. Anton is 0, isn't it? Was
Spirit.
that spirit? Oh, sorry.
It's the top one, A.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Change these again.
If Boris is
fatigue level 2 or 3,
Spirit.
raise his misery by 1.
if it's hunger level 2 or 3, raise his illness by 1, so he's got to raise now, hasn't he? Is that level 2?
No, maybe it tells us to do that. So the character
Let's see.
skills on the kit.
Start. Discard 1 coffee from the storage or raise Emilia's misery by 1.
What's that for?
That's spirit.
Yeah, what's it say?
Habit. A.
Discard. What?
1 coffee from the... I think you've got to get going then
Yeah,
before you
probably.
play these.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you to do anything, does it? So it says the character skills are always readily available and may be used at any time in accordance with the rules of a given skill. And it says sneaky. Who we got?
Boris.
Anton, Boris, and Amelia.
Yeah.
It doesn't mention any of them. It
Is
says
it-
in case of skills using once per scavenging, you need to mark having used them in some way. For example, tilting the character card to its side. So go back to the game, right? So that's
Are there other characters as well?
there are, yeah,
Oh,
there's
right.
13 of them, I think.
Oh, right.
There's a box
Oh,
full of
okay.
them over here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right, so we've got the event deck up there, right? So we'll be reading from that, and that would, the game will tell us to refer to the book of scripts. So whoever's holding the journal will get final say on what happens. Okay, so what we do, we discuss the predicament that these characters are in,
Are we all working together on this?
sort of,
Oh.
right? Okay, so you got your items down here.
Mhm.
You've got state tokens in the box that will give the characters different states. So you've got, at the moment, we're hungry, right?
Mm.
And that will limit the amount of actions that we can do. Okay? So whenever an effect is described by raise or lower, place a state token with a corresponding level or turn an already placed token to change its level. Level 4 tokens will instruct you to do what happens, right? So this game's it's not cooperative, but let's call it a shared experience. So the characters are not assigned to particular players. The players interact with all the characters as a group, right? So like we said, the player who holds the journal is called the leader, and when you're going through the journal, when it tells you to move to the next player, you'll see an arrow with the next player on it, and then you'll pass it to the next player, right? And like we said, the final decision is made by the leader, which is the person holding this journal.
Yep.
Okay, and it can only be done after listening to the other players' opinions, right? So you could discuss, make suggestions, or even quarrel, but the final decision is always made by the leader. Only the leader can touch the game components, right? And then we turn over and we start the game. So a new day begins. It says morning FAQ, so we turn to 200. I'm assuming that I'll just be the
Yep.
first leader, right? Just for argument's sake, unless somebody wants to argue with me. No.
Would one dare? Would one
Right.
dare?
You might be able to rustle something up, Matthew.
Right, during the morning phase, the top card in the events deck is resolved regardless of whether it is an event card or an ending event card or a chapter card, right? So, I suppose, so it says draw and resolve the top card from the events deck. Do not forget to add the cold tokens to the cold space on the board as described on the revealed event card.
Do you need a bookmark for that one?
So I'll just chuck it on in the thing. Right, so we'll do that now. Okay.
What one?
The chapter 1 card. And it says, when the Civil War broke out, many people thought that it would only last a couple of weeks. That's what I said about World War II, wasn't it? Over by Christmas.
Over by Christmas.
That was World War One.
It's been a year since the military surrounded the rebels in the capital, cutting off all supply lines. The civilians still trapped in the city suffer from hunger, disease, and the constant threat of shelling. It's another day of desperate waiting for the end of this terrible war. Determine the objectives for each of the 3 chapters of the campaign. So this obviously, this game lasts in over 3 chapters, right? And once we get to the bottom of that event deck, the game will end. Alright, so find a final objective card in the objective deck and place it on the objective space on the board. Right. Okay. Final objective. Objective space. Okay. Then draw 2 more objective cards and place them on the final objective. These cards should be placed face up and you may look at them any time during the game. Remove the remaining objective cards from the game. At the end of each chapter, resolve any reward penalty from the corresponding objective cards. After determining the objectives, draw the top event card. After you resolve this card, remove it from the game. Right, so that goes away. So we take 2 of these, isn't it?
Yep.
So this is what we're trying to do. So I think survive is one of them, right? So, Gav, I suppose, do you want to read those?
Food for the hungry. At any moment you may discard any number of raw foods, canned foods, without resolving their effect. For each discarded token, advance the objective marker by 1-2 respectively.
Right.
Where is that one, Jim? Oh, the reward. Gratitude?
Gratitude.
Gratitude, sorry. Immediately craft 1 fitting for free, even from the ideas deck. Penalty, broken morale. Raise all characters' misery by 2.
Right. So those are the fittings over there, the green and the orange decks, stuff we can build. One of them's actually physical things, the other, the orange one's ideas.
Right, okay.
Alright.
Water delivery for local thugs. At any moment you may discard any amount of water bracket without resolving its effects. For each discarded water, advance the objective marker by 1. Reward, payoff, add 10 wood / components to the storage. Penalty, raid, discard 6 tokens / resources brackets starting with the most expensive.
Right. So, what's it saying then? It says...
So this is the water and that is the food for the hungry.
Right. So there should be, in the box there, Gav, there should be sort of a marker you can put on there. The final objective is survive, right? So it says, at least one character from the starting group must survive until the end of the game, with each state, the hunger, the misery, the wounds and the fitness equal to or less than 2. Right? Fatigue is ignored. So there should be somewhere in there some sort of...
What does it look like?
I don't know.
It's not like that, is it?
Sort of, yeah, it should be in that box there. Is it
Order.
just some
Wait.
sort of markers?
No, they're all white markers.
Cold.
Sword blade.
Misery tokens. Wounds.
These are bandages, herbal meds. This is canned food and hunger tokens. Don't have a look, Matthew. What are you doing? We're looking for, do we?
What are you looking for?
Some markers to... When you draw and resolve a card from the event, right, objective cards, space... The objective cards are on the objective space in a stack. Only the card top objective card is available. You cannot start completing a later objective without completing the current one first.
What's this thing?
Oh, that's for another character.
Oh.
Once the objective status token reaches the rightmost space, should be something containing objective status in there, Gav. So what we're trying to do with water delivery, wasn't that one, was it? It's food for the hungry, the one we were going to discuss. Any moment you're about to discard any number of raw food, canned food, for each discarded token, advance the objective marker once. Don't we? So we need to do this by the end of the chapter, do we?
What are the numbers for?
It's 43210. There should be an objective marker there somewhere. Oh, there we go. Put that on number nothing, or whatever it is.
This one?
Yeah, just chuck it on the card for now, but not on any specific thing. That's it. Right.
Let's find it.
Yeah. So we've got a discard water. What was it again we've got to do?
It's food, isn't it?
Any moment you may discard.
At any moment you may discard.
Not that one, the one with the thing on it, that's it.
At any moment you may discard any number of raw food, canned foods without resolving their effects. For each discarded token, advance the objective marker by, I think that's half, that's meant to be. It says 1-2. Is that meant to be half, or do you think that is 1 or 2?
By 1 or 2, so you can do. For each discarded token, advance it. 1 or 2. 1 or 2 respectively. I don't know, just one by 1 or 2. But what it says, the reward or the gratitude, consequences of many of the. That was the thing. So where's the. What was on the top card? No, I'm losing track already. So it's the chapter 1 thing, wasn't it? That was it. So at the end of each chapter, resolve any reward or penalty from the corresponding objective card. So what we need to do, we need to get this from 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to get give up 4 food. Right, otherwise we end up raising our misery by 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On 4. Right.
We have to do that one first, then the 100.
Yeah, by the end of the round, I think there's 3 event cards we've got results. It'll be 3 rounds.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So most of the cards in the game contain, it says continue to the day actions phase, and it says here most cards in the game contain script numbers in the coloured circles. Right, you should ignore these numbers unless a game effect directly instructs you to address them. Okay, so Gav, if you just start down there, you're now the boss.
I'm the boss?
Yeah.
Movement in the shelter, you mean?
Right down the bottom there, on this page.
Yeah, right, it says movement in the shelter. You may place characters on any shelter spaces and fitting shelter cards to which they have access starting from the guard space.
And this is the guard space.
Characters may freely move horizontally. They can also move vertically using the ladder set between the floors.
Yep.
However, obstacles like bars, locked doors, rubble, remnants, and holes are impassable, and the cards and spaces behind them are unavailable.
Is everything in red then impassable?
Yeah.
So blue is
I
accessible.
don't know.
Right.
So you have to use a search action, don't you?
Mm.
That's it.
Right, just carry on until it says next player.
A new day begins. Outside is an ongoing conflict and sniper bullets for us. We cannot leave the safety of our shelter, but there are improvements to be made. We should make this place feel more like home. We can use beds, a stove, or even a radio, but first we need to clear some space. Hopefully we might find something useful in this rubble. Day's action. Day's action. It's frequently asked questions. C300. We don't need to read that, do we?
Yeah, 300.
300. Day's actions. FAQ. C300.
Right. So day action phase. Movement and shelter. Movement and shelter is a bit abstract. You need to imagine the miniatures move around freely on the floors and use the ladders to move between each floor. Such movement is free and instantaneous. If you're uncertain where the character movement paths are on the board, look at the save sheet, which is down there.
Bits, isn't there?
Right at the bottom.
Mint for you, Julie.
Yeah, go on then.
What a minty cruise.
Yeah,
Is that another vodka read?
Jim.
Gin?
Have you got a right on that then?
No.
Oh.
Mint might taste it.
Yeah. Look at the save sheet. These paths have been marked with thick dark lines. So this is the way we can move.
Yep.
Right. Why they didn't put that on the board, I don't know. Okay.
Maybe it wouldn't show up.
Because there's cards over them, isn't
So
there?
if a shelter card is blocking, if a shelter card is blocking passage, e.g. closed doors, bars, rubble, it means that the furthest a character can move along the path It's up to that very card to perform the action there and remove the obstacle. The whole icon blocks horizontal movement if it is already covered up if it's already covered by a board up token. Where's hold? Don't know.
What? H-O-L-E or
Yeah, hold.
W-H-O-L-E? Right.
H-O-L-E.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Hole.
And there's a hole there.
Okay.
There's a hole there.
Okay.
Blocks horizontal movement even if it is already covered by a board up token. Right, so okay. So the action icon shown next to fittings deck does not indicate that characters must clear the path to this place. Fittings deck.
It's there.
That's findings. Fittings are up here.
One of them.
Yeah. The action icon shown next to the fittings deck does not indicate that characters must clear a path. Is there an action icon next to those decks? Yeah, here.
Fittings.
Okay. The whole deck placed on the fitting space is available immediately at any point of the game. Characters must only clear a path to the space where the new fittings will be placed. Right? So there's so many fitting cards that it is a good idea to stop the game at some point and browse through all of them while discussing together which ones will be most useful in the current situation and checking which tokens or resources will be required to craft these fittings. As described in the journal, the day actions phase, the fittings may also be crafted on the space with ladders. If you have any doubt whether or not you can craft a fitting on a given space, take a look at the save sheet, and the spaces on which you cannot craft are darkened, so you can't craft on here. And these spaces here.
It's these, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, them ones.
It's 5 of them.
Okay. Right, so the fitness cards in the ideas deck, the orange one, the ones with the orange corner over there, are not available for crafting in the regular way. You cannot craft them by taking them directly from the ideas deck. First, you need to use the new idea board action, which enables you to choose any 2 cards from the ideas deck and add them to the fittings deck. From that point on, the 2 cards can be crafted as normal. The place directly to ... rule, you can see. It's going to take forever to get through this. Might as well have read the rule book. You can see on the back of many fixtures, if there's any free space to place such a card, it cannot be crafted. That's why in the buildings. That's what I mean, nuts already. That is why, in case of buildings, I can't read this. The place next to the ... rule. The thing is, you're reading it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they're talking about. Start again. Hang on. The place directly to ... rule. You can see on the back of many fittings cards that are an upgrade on other. I'm losing it again. Means that such a card can be crafted only on the space horizontally adjacent to the required card. If there is not any free space to place such a card, it cannot be crafted. Carry on, Gav. Can't be bothered with that.
Right, so 3 actions. Each character may perform up to 3 actions. The number of actions may be less if a character possesses states tokens with black markers on them. As shown on the states token, the black markers indicate which of the 3 actions are unavailable. So if they're black, you can't do them.
So we've got 2 actions because we're hungry. Right?
Okay. Yeah, it says there, number 1. Only 1 character can be placed on each fitting shelter card and on each shelter action space.
So these are the action spaces, yeah?
Only 1 character, yeah. At the beginning of each stage, first action, second action, third action, assign all the available characters to chosen actions and then resolve their effects simultaneously.
Right.
After
each action stage, next player.
No.
No, it's you.
No, it's
Pointing
you.
that way.
It's pointing that way.
Yeah, next player.
You've got to read that. Gumph.
Actions on shelter spaces, fitting cards. Place a character on a chosen space / card and discard the required resources / tokens from the storage brackets if any are required. If as a result of an action tokens are created, add them to the storage.
Down here.
Actions on shelter cards. Place a character on a chosen shelter card. The result of an action on shelter card is resolving its back. Some shelter cards, brackets, rubble, bars or closed doors, require placing a certain token from the storage, brackets, a shovel, a saw blade or a lockpick, on that card in addition to a character. Return that token to the storage after resolving the action. In case of a rubble/rubble remnants card instead of a shovel, you may place an additional character. Action from a closed door card requires making a roll as described below. Pick the lock requires a lock pick. Roll the black die. Result 1 to 3, no effect. Result 4 to 10, discard the lock pick, then resolve the back of this card.
Right.
Placing a new fitting
Is
card.
that 4 to 10?
4 to 10.
Right.
You
So
may
it's
choose.
quite high.
Mm.
Yeah.
You may choose any fitting, but only from the deck on the fitting space. You should familiarise yourself with both sides of the fitting cards. Place a fitting card on an empty space in the shelter, brackets, meaning any space without a card or action and without the guard or the sleep on the floor options. Then place any character on it and discard the required resources/tokens from the storage. After that, flip the fitting card face up. The exact description and requirements can be found on the back of each fitting card. Continue to the Dusk phase.
Let's go to move the hand over.
No, not yet. It says Dusk C400.
Here we go again. 400. Oh, that's quite short. So the players decide that a given character will not drink water or eat food during the Dusk phase, despite that the relevant tokens or resources are available in the storage. You may decide, so you don't have to eat, right? So limiting the water tokens to 6 is not a coincidence. It reflects the need for daily scavenging for fresh potable water. Warning, if you find it hard to gather enough food during the play, remember about the available trade in some locations and with some residents and visitors. You can also use some fittings which enable you to gather more food or make food more effective. Advanced rules C351. Oh my god. Right, 351. You have just discovered 2 hidden advanced rules. Eating at any time. A character may eat a food token at any time aside from combat and script resolution. Eating food tokens resolved in the same way as during the Dusk phase. It will not free a character from resolving hunger during the Dusk phase. A lot of this doesn't make any sense because I don't know.
It's because we're not playing it,
No.
isn't it?
Eating a cat or a dog. Should the players decide to do so, they can use the macabre special rule permitting eating a pet as a last resource. Should be resort, shouldn't it? So you remove the cat from the game and add 2 raw food to the storage, or remove the dog from the game and add 4 raw food. Above that, roll the black die and compare the result with the empathy of each character present. A result that is equal to or lower than a character's empathy raise their misery by 1. We hope you will not use this rule. Right, so you can eat cats and dogs.
But the thing
Well,
is,
should
they
we do
did,
that
didn't they,
bit
when
now?
they're under siege?
shouldn't we be doing the actions
Yeah,
as we do? We didn't do them, did we?
I don't know.
Do the pick
What
lock.
are the actions? Did you read all that?
Yeah, but we just skipped past it.
Well, it doesn't tell you what the actions are, does it?
Action on well, it just says place a character on a chosen space.
All right. Oh, should we do? Maybe. We
Yeah,
should
well,
do
I think
it.
we should have done that.
Oh, okay.
Well, way back when you read it, should we have done
No,
anything?
it's
So there's no actions to do when you read it
No.
then? Oh, right.
See,
Okay, let's
So
let's
available
start
actions
then.
are
Make more
actions-
sense, won't it?
actions on sheltered spaces, fitting cards.
what we meant to resolve an event. Just go back to the
Pick the
morning.
lock.
Does it say anything about resolving an event in the morning? No, you've just gone
no,
past
no,
it.
no, no, no. My one was just we have 3 actions.
Does it say something about an event in the morning?
Movement in the shelter.
No, up.
Draw and resolve the top card of the events deck.
Right, so
Done that,
we didn't
didn't
do
we?
that, no.
No.
Do not forget to add the cold tokens to the cold space on the board as
Right.
described on the revealed event card.
Bad news, raise all characters' misery by 1.
So what's misery? Just get a misery token.
Yeah.
So what are they on at the
I
moment?
don't know.
Well, that's 3 inventory. I don't know what that's
Misery
about.
is 1.
Right.
You've just got prowess, empathy, and inventory. Have they all got the same number? Oh no, they haven't got the same number at the bottom. Have
Well,
they?
there's misery, so
Yeah, I suppose you just raise it then.
to put it to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So put them on each one.
6 inventory. What's that for? 5 empathy, 2 prowess. What's this then?
So they got 2 hunger and 1 misery.
Don't know, don't worry about
Something
it.
like that.
Doesn't-
6 is high, isn't it?
Right, that was your go,
Whatever that's
Matthew.
for.
Then it went to my go.
Yeah.
And then valuable actions.
Oh, we got to put a cold token in the cold space as
Yeah,
well.
it says do not forget to add the cold tokens to the cold space
Where?
on the board as
Yeah, cold.
described on the revealed event card.
So basically, this is sort of training, isn't it, for
Mm.
us as we're going through? It's not just reading the manual.
No.
We've got to
So-
do the actions.
So on my go,
That makes more sense
each
then.
character may perform up to 3 actions. This is going to be my go. The number of actions may be less if a character possesses states tokens with black markers on them. But we've got,
They all got.
so we've only got 2 actions
Mm.
each. Is that what they mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 1 character can be placed on the fitting or shelter
Right, so
card.
Gav, you get the final decision, but
So we've got to move all of them.
The number of actions may be less if a character possesses state tokens with black markers on them. As shown on the state tokens, black markers indicate which of the 3 actions are unavailable. Only 1 character can be placed on each fitting/shelter card, and on each shelter action space. Brackets, bubble cards, and the poke belt action are only exceptions to this rule.
So I'm assuming we move them here
well, you can move them as far as you like, can't you? But you can't move them.
on the
So they can go as far this way, but you have to stop at.
rubble.
You've got to resolve their effects simultaneously.
So what do we got? We've got heaps. What's that up there? Furniture.
Furniture.
That's where most of it is available, isn't it?
So how do you resolve the actions then?
Turn the card over, I'm
Is
assuming.
that it? Right, you don't have to do anything.
No.
It just says place a character on a... Oh no, that's the next bit, isn't it?
Can't get over there, can you?
Can you
So
not
if
go
I
up
go
the
up
bubble?
here.
Yeah, but it's blocked.
Don't you say something? You can go up ladders.
Yeah,
can't
you can go up here, but it's all blocked.
It's
here.
blocked on the left,
Mm.
so it's got to be the right.
So how do you do the actions then?
But
You just-
then, this one, because it needs to pick the lock, on my go, it says pick the lock and you've got to roll the die.
do you mean you'll go?
Remember?
Yeah, this is my go still.
Yeah, so
Well,
you've got to
read
move your
the
actions.
3 actions bit, Matthew. That's what we're on at the moment.
So the closed door then,
You've got to
you
move
can pick
your,
the lock on that, can you?
Yeah, my go, because it said roll the black die, because was it 0 to 3 was you don't,
Yeah.
and I get 4 to 10.
What's that
You
saying?
unlock.
Let's have a look. I just want to see what it's
Yeah,
like.
so you've got to assign the characters to their first actions. And once we've done
it
that,
moves to Julie.
resolve their effects simultaneously, and then it goes to Julie.
Mm. So if you've got the lockpick, then somebody needs to go up the ladder.
Yeah, so if
So
Gav
there.
moves them up here,
Mm.
and then when
the
it comes
others
to
can
my
go
go, we
there.
can unpick the closet door.
Yeah.
So
So these could be looked
after
at,
each
can't
action stage, so Gavin will do one, you'll do the next one, and then because there's only 2 actions, it'll go to you'll do this.
they? Mm.
Alright. Alright. So Gav, you can
Well,
do
let's move one up here
Mm.
and one that way. Clear the rubble.
But you can only go up ladders, can't you? at the
Can we
moment?
not see what's in here?
Yeah.
Because that's available. And then we can go down to the rubble. And then that opens up that, doesn't it? But you've got 3 available bits here.
what does it say about the fitting space? You've got to clear a route there to get there.
So you could have one to pick the lock and then search.
So does that one go like that? And then we turn it over?
So.
Now?
You assign them all and then you resolve
Well, we can only do
them.
two,
We'll do it
can't we?
simultaneously.
3.
3. That one on there?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it makes sense to bung that one on there, doesn't it? Right, so you resolve. How can you resolve them simultaneously? 'Cause you've got to do flip them one over at a time, haven't you? So you'll flip that.
Yeah, but you've got to unpick it 'cause it's locked.
Oh, is it?
You've got to use the lock
Use the
pick.
pick lock.
That's
Oh,
on
right,
Julie's
right.
turn, yeah.
Okay, so that one can't actually do anything.
No, not
What
yet.
about this one?
Yeah, you can do it.
No, because on my go it says you've got to roll the black die.
No. It says here, after each action stage, then you've passed the book. So Gavin will resolve all these, then you'll do the second action, and then it'll go to you, and you'll read the next bit. Yeah? Available actions.
Okay.
Okay, roll the black die. 1 to 3, no effect. So don't mess it up, Gav.
What do you mean? See?
5.
3. What do we get?
Oh, you've got to get rid of the pick lock though, haven't you? That means we've got 4 pick locks left, isn't it?
Yeah, discard the block pick, then resolve the back of the card.
What about the number?
Don't know what that means. It's probably the cost of something, isn't it?
No, let's see if this one was
So
4.
you gain 1 component and 1 wood. Add these to the storage and remove this card from the game.
I'm not sure where these go.
Was it going 1 wood and 1 what?
1 component and 1 wood. In there, in the middle bit.
What's the component?
Yeah,
This?
that's the component.
That's wood, that's component.
What's this one?
Water.
He stays there, doesn't he?
He's
Yeah.
there.
He's there.
It's a closed
Door.
That's that
Right,
thing.
this one is the heap.
You gain.
You gain 1 pick lock, 2 components and 5 wood. Add these to the storage and read this card from the
No,
game.
just search them. But there's nothing, is it?
Let's just search for them.
You just go through the heap.
We're going to run out of wood at this rate.
I mean, food, really.
Was it?
Or maybe it's a trophy
Four
or
food,
something.
It's a mint.
And 1 pick lock, which is just. Oh, I chucked in here. Nice. Pick lock. Sorry.
I've got number 4 on. They've got numbers on. Pick lock.
That's 5.
Yeah, it's just a cost of some kind. I don't know what it means.
No. That's the only pick
There's
lock
number
there.
4.
Right, so that comes out again.
Yep.
There.
Chuck it there.
Do it face up.
And this one,
Say
rubble.
the front first.
Do you have to use the shovel?
Dig
or
through
anything?
requires a shovel or requires 2 characters.
Got a shovel.
Yeah, go on, go for it.
We got to chuck the shovel out, have we? Afterwards.
I would imagine so.
Return that token to the. If it requires a shovel on the card, in addition, return that token to the storage after resolving the action.
Oh, so it stays here.
It just says dig through, so we just get rid of this
So
card.
place a character on a chosen shelter card. Result of the action on the shelter card is resolving its back. Some shelter cards require placing a certain token from the storage on the card in addition to a character. Return that token to the storage after resolving the action. In case of rubble remnants, instead of a shovel you may place an additional character.
We'll
So-
use the shovel. won't
So we keep the shovel then,
Mm.
but the lockpicks you discard.
Mm.
So nothing there.
No, it just says rubble remnants, dig through.
So
That was the front.
Right.
It's to allow you to move through, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? Once you've cleared that. What's that say?
Right, so that stays there until we've done it again.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
That was all free then.
Should we get rid of our lockpick then? 'Cause we
No,
already-
we
No,
just
that's
gained
a-
that.
that's
That was-
another one
That was
from-
from there.
Oh, right.
So as I say, dig through requires a shovel or requires 2 characters. Remove this card.
We got a shovel, so.
We've got a shovel, so it should go away then, shouldn't it?
No, shovels are sturdy, aren't they?
No, that. It says
Yeah, but you
remove
flip it then.
this
We flipped
card
it over.
Game.
You flip it and then you've got to do it again.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the set of Julie. You get to choose what you want to do now. We need food of some kind, don't we? So
We need to keep searching.
Mm. we can go down to that one. Yeah? Into that bubble. Because we've still got a shovel, haven't we?
Can we go down there?
No, we go down here.
You?
Well, what space
Oh,
is
there's a
that?
bubble one there. We'll go there.
What space is that on there? So you can't go on the grey areas there, you said, didn't you?
I was wondering
That's
if
not grey
because that's
area.
furniture, there might be something in there.
You-
People lived in it.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere from here because you have to resolve that card
Mm.
first.
And then you can go down.
Yeah.
I think we should go to this one and see if it's got any food.
Yeah.
There.
Search that heap.
Well, I was going to say a heap
Doesn't
might be
cost
something
anything.
under.
does it?
Yeah.
Do you want to do a new idea? Choose 2 cards from the.
Well, do that one.
Oh, you've got to do all 3.
Mm.
Put 2 cards from the. Well, they're going to go up to that space, aren't they? So you can place a new fitting somewhere.
Mm.
It'd be a good idea to put some ideas into the deck, wouldn't it?
Where's that? Where's
So you
the
don't
other
want
one?
him to move there then?
Yeah, this one.
Oh, this one. You don't want to go to the heat.
No, this one.
Move them back.
What, both of them back?
No, just one.
Put in there. Move up there.
Yeah,
Which is the new ideas card?
the orange ones.
Oh,
Which
okay.
one?
So
Mm.
just one.
You can choose whichever ones you want.
Oh, can you? All right.
What,
Choose,
for the,
yeah, choose 2 cards from the ideas and put them in the fittings deck.
just look for
That's the
more.
fittings deck, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've
but
got-
don't look at the ones on that side, yeah. Just to start with.
Improve herbal garden to vegetable garden.
Sounds
We've got
good.
a herb garden, have we?
Food.
Build a before store.
Mm.
Improve herbal garden to herbal workshop. Improve metal workshop to gunsmith workshop.
We got the metal.
Mm.
Improve simple heater to efficient heater. Improve crude stove to cooking stove. Build a chair. Improve deadfall trap to cage trap. Build a bed. Improve moonshine still to alcohol still. I think we need the food, don't we?
Yeah.
Improve herbal garden to vegetable garden.
Yeah. So the herbal garden's
Or
probably in the
herbal.
fitting, isn't it?
Mm.
What do you want to do?
Do the vegetable garden.
Mm.
What? How many? 2.
Go for the moonshine. Because our misery's going to go up, isn't it? It's going to creep.
Because he's into wine and gets hung over by it.
It wasn't hungover.
What have you got to have to make that though?
Don't know.
We need mechanical parts for this though. Electrical parts as well.
Yeah, 2 electrical parts, 1 mechanical part, 3 components and 3 wood.
Okay. We'll find out what that all means at some point, won't we?
So we're going to have these
Yeah.
there.
No, put them in the green bit. The deck with the green bit on it. Chuck them in there. That's it. Right, so that's the 2 actions then. Okay, so it goes down to you now.
We didn't do the bubble.
Oh no, right. Yeah, we done that one, didn't we? Didn't do that one.
We've got the shovel. Does that have to go on there as well?
Shovel goes on, yeah. So you can remember you can only use 1 shovel once, don't you? So once that's on there, you can't use a shovel
we did
anywhere
that.
else.
We did on that one though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
Yeah,
is
but we gained one, didn't we?
the reason you leave it on the cards is because you can't use
Yeah.
it multiple times, yeah. So it takes, so that's all right. Rebel remnants.
So you've got to dig through it again
Yeah.
to get to that. And that one?
Search the heap then.
Which one?
Bang.
Heap.
Search. You gain 1 weapon part, 1 sugar, 5 components and 2 wood. Add these to the storage and remove this card from the game.
How many components?
5.
1 weapon part, 1 sugar, 5 components and 2 wood.
Weapons are red. You should find a weapon part in there somewhere.
Maybe we should have done that.
You've got to go all the way up there to get across there.
Hmm.
What sugar? What sugar?
Sugar should be consumables, it's green.
Should be in there.
Weapon part.
Coffee. Sugar. What are you looking for? A weapon part?
Weapon part, is it?
I'm just thinking about how you get across to that fittings.
Well, you've got to go through the rubble, close door, and I can't read what the other one is. Furniture?
Furniture.
Yeah. Maybe we should have gone to that rubble one first.
This one.
Mm.
Bit confused as to how you craft fittings. Do you have to get up into that space?
There,
See descriptions.
on fitting cards.
I suppose it is a
Do
space,
you
isn't
have
it?
to turn over these?
No. No, it's when you craft a fitting, you place it on a space where you
right.
want
And then you read the back.
it. Yeah. Right. Placing a new fittings card. Right. Okay. So you can choose any fitting from the deck, and on the fitting space, you should familiarise yourself with both sides. Blah 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 blah. Continue to the Dusk phase. It's all.
Have we not got that yet
Is it
then?
me?
No.
Two mechanical, two
You've got to
electrical.
come all the way up here.
No.
No, we've got nothing like that.
Well, we've got lots of components.
Yeah, in fact, we've run out.
Onward.
Where else have we run out?
That's it.
Okay. Dusk. The sun has disappeared beneath the horizon. Shadows and darkness now rule over the city. It is a bit safer to go out at this time, but first we must regain some strength. Water. Each character should drink 1 water. Discard it from the storage.
Yeah, what happens if you don't?
For each character that did not drink water, roll the black die.
Which character's going to have water?
Doesn't really matter, does it? Result 1 to 5, raise their hunger by 1. Result 6 to 10, raise their misery by 1.
Which one? This one?
That's Bluey, yeah.
Right, you want to sort that out for number 3, hunger then. Okay.
So that's a blue character then.
Then it's got hunger.
Yeah.
Each character should eat 1 or more food. Discard it from the storage.
That goes off.
Canned food, lower their hunger by 2.
Mm-hmm.
How many have you got?
No, it says raw
Raw.
food.
Alright. Raw food, lower their hunger by 1. And
Okay.
the bottom one is vegetables.
Vegetables!
Their hunger stays the same.
Right.
What are we down to 2?
2 on the
If it's no food, raise their hunger by 1. Continue to the evening phase.
It's the evening phase. So it's a case of you got to feed your dudes with water.
So we need some food.
Before nightfall, we just read the FAQ quickly. Did we read that one? 400, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so it's going to be 500, isn't it? 400. Please don't be long. Alright, so if the given character's fatigue level reaches 4 due to them being assigned to tasks, guard duty, scavenging, the character is able to normally finish their task. A fatigue level of 4 should be resolved. What's fatigue level? Right, before nightfall we must decide who will stay in the shelter to regain strength or guard the door, and who will venture into the ruined city. We can only hope to scavenge some food, meds and other necessary materials. Assign each character to one of the 4 available tasks. Sleep in a bed. Place a maximum of 1 character on a bed card. Set these characters' fatigue to 0. Sleep on the floor. Place any number of characters on the sleep on the floor space. Lower these characters' fatigue by 2. Guard duty. Place any number of characters on the guard space to defend the shelter from attacks during the night raid phase. The higher the prowess of the guard, the better. There must be at least 1 guard on the guard space, otherwise see 333 in the book of scripts. Raise these characters' fatigue by 1. Should they all have at least one of those things then, should they?
Anton's got the prowess of 6, so that's the highest one. So he really ought to go on the guard, shouldn't he?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you want fatigue tokens, don't you, for each of them?
Yep.
So you think Anton,
Well, he's got he said the prowess for the guard, so he's got 1 of 6.
which one's that?
That's this
Anton is
one.
the orange geezer, so
Mm.
we'll put him on the guard space then.
Mhm.
They all got to have
Oh, hang on,
fatigue.
that's a 0. But who's got 6?
That's 6. That's infantry though.
Oh, right. What's this one?
Prowess 2.
Oh, 2.
Well, we only
Sorry.
have this if the fatigue goes up.
Yeah.
Empathy
So
5. Empathy
he
7.
gets
Boris.
+1,
He's
and
got
then-
the higher
Yeah. That's
prowess, isn't he? Boris has got the higher
Oh,
prowess.
is he?
Yeah.
And he's
Green.
green, so he
That
goes
was
on
a
the guard
six.
space.
yeah. So he's got
Yeah.
fatigue
Okay.
1 now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's got fatigue 1?
Boris.
Boris.
Oh.
He's on
Boris.
guard duty.
He's on guard duty. So somebody's got to have a bed and somebody's got to sleep on the floor.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, right.
You can assign each character to one of the available tasks. Sleep on the bed, sleep on the floor. So if they're fatigued,
Yeah.
But they're
then you
not.
want them to sleep, so they're not
Oh,
fatigued.
they're not fatigued.
So really you want the other two to go out scavenging, don't you? Place up to 3 characters on the findings pile space and send them to the ruined city during the scavenging phase.
Yeah.
The higher the
Scavs.
inventory and prowess of the character, the better they will be able to perform during the scavenging phase. Raise these characters' fatigue by 1.
Well, Amelia's got 1 and the other one's got 0.
What prowess?
Mm.
What's their inventory?
Amelia's got 3 and Anton's got 8.
7.
Oh, 3, sorry.
7.
He's
Oh,
got 6,
infantry.
isn't he? That's where yeah, 6.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
They both got 3 infantry.
It's up to you. I mean, is there any point in sending one out with 0 prowess?
Trouble
Prowess.
is, they said you've got to have
Mm.
high
So-
prowess to be the guard, so
Awareness.
he's
isn't it?
useless whatever he does.
Should we send him out and see what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the infantry, although he's got a higher infantry, but he's got the most prowess, so
But he's fatigued.
yeah.
No, but that's only we haven't decided yet. I think we should send him out because he's the most likely. The prowess is better, isn't it?
Yeah, but you don't want some raiders breaking in, do you?
Well, there's the prowess of 1. There's only 1 difference, isn't it?
It's up to you.
We need to pick stuff. Who gets to decide?
I do.
But it's
Well,
a
I
case of Amelia or Boris being the guard then, because his prowess is 0.
Yeah.
Put Amelia then. As
Amelia's got 1. She's
Yeah.
got
Put her on
infantry
the
of
gate.
3.
Do you not think all this stuff's worth protecting, though? I think these two should go out.
one. Okay.
We'll just see what happens.
Yeah, right.
I'm the boss.
You're the boss. It's your choice.
Next player.
Okay.
Continue to the scavenging phase.
Hard geezer.
If he wants something, that's it.
Scavenging. C600.
600. Right, special actions in locations. Some of the locations offer you a chance to return 2 exploration cards to have a look around the area. Return 6 exploration cards to... Oh, this is going to take forever. Exploration cards in the unknown deck. I can't read all this. It's not going to make any sense. Carry on.
Okay, choose a location. Oh, sorry. It is safer to move around the city at night. Shots can still be heard, but only sporadically. Is today's word. You strap your backpack on tightly and leave your shelter. Carefully, you pick your way through the ruined shops and houses that line the shelled street. Choose a location. Choose one of the 3 locations and move all of the characters taking part in the scavenging into it.
What are the
Choose
locations?
equipment. If there are any weapons, we haven't got any weapons, have we?
No.
Or equipment like picklock, saw, or shovel. So let's take the picklock with us.
Yeah, that'd be handy.
Place them. You can assign these tokens to the scavenging party. Place them on the findings pile space. You may also take any tokens from the storage for possible trade. Should we take some components with us?
Sugar.
Sugar.
Well,
Because you're low in sugar.
We've got loads of components, haven't we?
We take some metal and some wood.
Yeah,
how
I
many
think. Why don't
components
we take
do you
5
want?
of each, just so we can have something to trade, because we can spare them, can't we?
Right.
What about the sugar? Is the sugar precious?
I don't know. It
It's
might
worth
be.
3 and 1, whatever that means. I don't know what it means. Should we keep hold of that for now?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's the only commodity.
Right, so we
we've
choose the
got.
equipment for possible trade, blah blah. Set the marker and the noise marker. Place the noise marker on space 1, which you've done, on the noise deck. Whenever the game tells you to raise or lower the noise, move the marker up or down respectively, blah blah blah. Whenever the game tells you to roll for the noise, roll the black dice. If the result is equal or less than the current noise, an encounter is immediately triggered. Set the noise marker to 1. Draw and resolve the top card from the residence deck.
So where are we going first?
What are the places?
It says, I can't read that. Small apartment building.
There's a quiet house, a shelled school.
What's it say?
White House.
Special findings: 1 to 5, nothing. Book part, electrical part, cigarette, raw food.
Raw food.
And it says return 2 exploration cards to have a look around the area. See 808. We haven't got any exploration cards, have we?
What's the other one?
It says turn to rubble basement entrance. Rubble basement entrance jam door. Special findings: nothing.
We want one that's going to give us food, don't we?
This one, special findings: nothing. Book, chems, herbal meds, vegetable meds, canned food.
Canned food.
So what's depending on where we go? What does it mean? What does it mean?
Well, yeah, just to set the noise marker on 1, which we've done. If it tells us to put it up or down, blah blah blah.
Should we go here? Just
Yeah, it's got canned food, so
Canned
that'll
food.
be
Prepare the unknown.
did it say draw a card from the residence?
yeah.
Is that what it says?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, yeah, draw. Right, so we set it for 1. Draw and resolve the top card from the resident deck.
Rats.
After resolving resident decks, resume scavenging.
Right. Phew, it was nothing, just some rats. You may return 1 exploration card to try to catch one. What's an exploration card? We haven't got any of them, have we? Perform a backstab. See journal combat sheet. If a character's present, deal 3 or more wounds, they manage to catch and kill something that might be edible after a proper preparation. Add 1 raw food to the findings pile. Afterwards, remove this card from the game.
What, like catch rats to eat?
Yeah, I guess. So it says resume scavenging. What does that mean then?
Well, carry on. Prepare the unknown deck and explore. Draw as many explanation cards as shown on the location space of the locations you choose to explore. 10, 12, 14.
That's an exploration thing, isn't it? There.
Yeah, so you need to draw 14 exploration cards. Is that what it's saying?
14.
It says,
That's a lot.
Draw as many exploration cards shown by 14. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 14. Right. Now resolve these cards. Place them face down on the unknown space without looking. Now resolve these cards one after another. Discard the resolve cards by placing them face up on the discard space on the board. Right, so after each card is resolved, go to the next player. When the game tells you to return exploration cards, return them face down without looking at their fronts to the exploration deck. All items acquired during the scavenging should be placed on the finding space at the end of the phase. You will decide what to leave behind and what to bring back to the shelter. When the unknown deck is depleted, exploration automatically ends. Resolve the choose finding stage. Right. So we can return one to try and catch a rat.
we need food.
Yeah. And
There's
we
canned
can,
food there, isn't there?
we can return 2 to, I can't read it.
Return 2 exploration cards to have a look around the area. C485.
Right. What was that
So
mean?
it's these, isn't it?
Yeah, it's those cards.
Right. So what you do is you can return them without looking at them.
Yeah.
Alright?
Should we get a rat?
Yeah.
How many cards?
Try to catch one. Perform a backstab. See journal combat sheet. backstab. Unlike normal combat, during a backstab, only one side attacks. Resolve the attack as if in normal combat. Right, okay. The A, B and C tokens that you've drawn when resolving a residence card. What? A.
We've got 3 dice for it, I'm assuming.
Because they've got A, B, C on these, haven't they? At the bottom.
Yeah.
A, B, C tokens that you've drawn when resolving a residence card represent your enemies.
Can I just have some cold water though?
Yeah.
Oh no, do me a tea actually.
Sure.
Yeah, 'cause use the same bag.
First column of the combat chart. What combat chart? What? Sorry, I'm lost.
Combat chart there?
Oh right, yeah. Right, okay. So we're unarmed. What? Sorry, I'm getting confused here.
Yeah, we're unarmed, so we've got to use that dice,
Oh,
Matthew.
okay.
Right. So yeah, so we're not. It says here. So there's no. The other side cannot retaliate. So there's no enemy as such.
Mm.
Each character can be assigned one weapon from the. Hang on. Place the enemy tokens in the spaces in the first column of the combat chart. There's no enemy. Each round you roll a combat die corresponding to the weapon used for each character and an enemy. If all characters present deal 3 or more wounds, they manage to catch and kill something and might be edible.
But we can't get 3 because
There's
there's
2 of us, so you can roll it twice.
Oh, okay. So we need 3 wounds.
Each round you roll a combat die corresponding to the weapon used for each character and enemy.
We haven't got a weapon though, have we?
No, that's okay. This is unarmed dice. Grey dice.
Right. So we need 3 wounds.
Yeah, so look, it's got 2,
Oh, right, I see.
1. What's that one though? Throw again? It's got a little circle with 2 curly bits on it.
Don't say. As I say, combat C900.
The odds aren't good,
No.
but we do get 2 throws, but it really depends what that means.
Mm.
Icons affect the number of wounds are the icons of fists. So the knives, the yellow die, are targeting reticles. The other icons have different meanings as described in the journal. Like what? Doesn't say.
What's that there? Is that just the dice?
No, it's just they just put it in a rule book so you can read it before you play it, and then you know what you're doing, then, don't you?
Mm.
It's just ridiculous. Can't stop the game and read this big chunks of text. You should have done it before you played the game like a normal board game. It doesn't even, does it tell you what that means?
A bit like Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it?
What?
Reading all that stuff.
Well, at least you can read the book before
But
you
you
start
don't
the
have
game.
any choices, do you? It's just
No, I
statements.
don't remember stuff that's happened.
Mm.
So it doesn't tell you what that symbol means. Just roll it twice, go see what happens.
Mm. Does it not say on the chart?
No.
It says it for all the others.
Yeah, but not that one.
Out of ammo.
Oh, goodness.
Don't get
Thank
chocolate
you.
on the table. Sort of stain.
Okay. Thank you. Ow, 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 ow.
Go on then.
We just use our common sense.
What's happening?
Well, we don't know what this symbol means.
Oh, did it not say on the board?
No.
No.
Oh, sausage, knock that. You knock that off.
Oh. Sorry. Better?
I don't know.
It's on the card.
Oh no.
Go on, just roll the dice again.
Yeah, got that symbol.
What does it mean then?
Let's do that as a re-roll. 'Cause we don't know what it,
Die.
we don't know what it means. Oh, 2 fists. Come on. No,
What
no.
did it say then in the book?
Well, we don't know what that symbol means.
That's it. Okay.
It's got 2 fists and 1 fist. We didn't get it.
You're not throwing that book?
No.
It says you may return 1 exploration card to try to catch one.
We've done that.
So you've caught a rat then.
No. So we didn't do it?
No.
So afterwards remove this card from the game, right? Go over there. Right.
Keep flipping those.
So now resolve these cards one after another. So you can return 2 exploration cards. I can't read that.
2 exploration cards to have a look around the area.
Should do that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say?
4, 8, 5.
4, 8, 5.
That's a bit like Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it?
Roll the black die.
You need to know what that means.
What do I need?
Well, I don't know. It just says, just see what happens. It's going to be bad.
6.
Right, 1, 7, 4, 5. A man who lived there used to give shelter to people in need. He either died or fled after his home was ravaged by mortar fire. Since then, the house has stood abandoned, and neighbourhood kids say that it's haunted. It's deserted. We don't expect to meet anyone inside. Return 3 exploration cards during the scavenging noise. During this scavenging, the noise cannot be higher than 4. I have to get rid of 3 of these. Alright. So can we do this multiple times, or can you?
We start flipping them over now, don't we?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because we've given some up.
Should we have a look at this one?
Yeah.
Map card. Check the current location card for a closed door. If there is no closed door, discard this card and draw the next card from the exploration deck. Is there no closed door?
No.
It just says basement entrance, closed door.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh.
Right, so if there is a closed door, you may resolve this card immediately or place it on the exploration slot and resolve it later instead of drawing a new exploration card. It says closed door, pick the lock, requires a lock pick, return 1 exploration card and roll the black die, 5 to 10, discard after opening.
Yeah,
Add
we've got
5
a
cards from the exploration deck to the unknown deck, draw and resolve 1 findings card, then discard this closed door card.
So we've got the lock pick.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the black die then, Gav.
What do I want?
You want 5 to 10. 1.
Does that mean we lose the lock pick?
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
You may resolve this card immediately. Place it on.
Rubbish.
So what do you do with this now then? If
Don't you
there-
just
if it-
discard
you
it
may
if it's the
resolve
same?
this card immediately. Place it on the exploration slot and resolve it later instead of drawing a new exploration. So we failed that, didn't we?
We found it.
We're going to not get rid of that.
Yep. You may ignore this card or return 2 exploration cards to place it on the exploration slot and use it any time during the scavenging phase. Hiding place. After rolling forward the noise, you may what does that mean?
You've got to throw the dice, and if the number's higher, then it goes up one, doesn't it?
Tells you to roll for noise. Right, okay. After rolling for noise, you may discard this card to ignore an encounter or perform a backstab.
Ignore it, shall we? There's nothing to backstab, is there?
Should we keep hold of that just in case we need it?
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we won't roll the die.
Right. Map card. Check the current location for bars. Any bars?
No.
Basement entrance, closed door. If there's no bars, discard this card and draw a new card from the exploration deck. You may ignore this card or return 2 exploration cards to place it on the exploration slot and use it any time during the scavenging phase. Hiding place, it's the same as that.
We don't need 2, do
Oh
we?
yeah, we should have done 2 there. Just ignore that. Door. Peek through the keyhole. Return 1 exploration card to look at the next card from the unknown deck. This one. Or enter, raise the noise by 1 or roll for noise.
Just raise it.
What would you want to
Do we want to enter?
It doesn't tell you what to, or you can end exploration, but why would you want to raise the noise by 1 or roll for noise just by entering? Why? What good does it
Because
do?
if the dice is lower than the number there, you don't make it doesn't go up.
There's no benefit to entering the door. Is there?
And it was locked, wasn't it?
No, it just says door. Peek through the keyhole, return 1 exploration card to look at the next card from the unknown deck. Or enter, raise the noise by 1 or roll for noise.
Well,
It just raises a noise. That's
Shall
all.
we shall we
Why?
take something from the unknown deck and see what it says?
There's only one card in it.
Yeah, but
That's
why
the
would you
unknown
want
up
to?
there.
Why would you want to raise
That's
the noise by 1?
exploration. That's the unknown deck.
What this is?
That's the
That one. No,
no, that's
it's
the
there.
locations.
Oh, right.
Why would you want to raise the noise by 1? For no reason.
Because you can roll for it.
It's no benefit though. Oh, whenever it says roll for noise, roll the black die. If it's equal to or less than the current noise, an encounter is immediately triggered. Draw and resolve the top card from the residence deck. After resolving the resident card, well, you may as well just peek through the keyhole, wouldn't
You can just open the door and raise it by 1.
you? Yeah, but
So-
then you got to roll for noise. Why would you do that? I don't know. Who's the main player?
Gareth was
Me,
reading
what
do you wanna do?
Scavenging.
So if you go in there, what then?
Don't know.
Well, we need to go in there, don't we? Should we see
You
if
either
there's...
encounter somebody or you don't.
Right.
So what do you want to do? Roll for noise or raise the noise?
Just raise the noise. And then do we have to encounter someone?
No.
Just raise the noise. Just, yeah.
Okay.
But you want to keep that low, I'm guessing.
Hmm. You may ignore this card or search the heap. Turn 2 exploration cards and raise the noise by 1 or raise the noise by 1 and roll for the noise. 2. Draw and resolve 1 card from the findings deck on the heap chart. What's that?
There.
Oh, right, okay.
Special finds, I'm guessing. So throw the dice.
What do you want to do? Raise the noise by 1 and roll for noise? We haven't got any exploration cards, so you need either 3 or more.
1 or 10.
Oh,
3.
5.
3. Nothing.
3 or more, wasn't it? You want it?
It's 1 and 3 is
that
nothing.
was just to roll for noise.
Oh,
So
3 then. We passed it.
Yeah.
What,
So
to
that's
lower
done.
it?
And then draw and resolve 1 card from the findings deck. So this is here.
So that's that one. Findings deck's there.
Don't the noise go down
No, because I've matched it.
though?
It doesn't go down.
What does that say? Draw and resolve 1 card from the findings.
Yeah, because that's because you've entered the room.
So it says see the corresponding chart below. Pantry furniture heap to check what you found. Pantry, vegetables. What? Check the corresponding chart below.
That must be this, mustn't it?
To check what you found. Then roll the black die for special findings and see the current location card for the result. Add the tokens to the findings pile. Afterwards, shuffle this card back into the findings deck.
So now I'm throwing for that.
So I'm lost. At this moment, what are you meant to do? See the corresponding chart below to check what you found. Why is there a black die on there?
Because it's this dice.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. What does it say?
It just says see the corresponding chart below. There's not a chart, is it? Oh, do you have to roll and then you have to get? Do you have to get the number on the thing? Or what? I don't know. It doesn't tell you.
There's this here. Special finding.
All items acquired during the scavenging should be placed on the findings pile space. Where's that? There. At the end of the scavenging, you decide what you want to bring back.
We haven't found anything like that, have we?
No, what the hell does this
We
mean?
take back nothing apart from the stuff we took.
Can I have a look at it?
Yeah, it doesn't tell you what you've got to do.
Well, that's the chart because it says so. Pantry furniture heap. To check what you have found. So in the pantry, you've got vegetables and cigarette.
Yeah.
Got a vegetable and a cigarette. In the furniture, you've got a knife, a shell,
but what,
and a
why is
cigarette.
there a black die there for?
They're coming to that at the end, right? And in the heap, you've got ammo and chems. Then roll the black die for special findings.
Yeah, but
And see
what's this here for?
That's because that's what you do after you've got those two. That's the next step afterwards. That's the special findings.
No, it's not. It says see the corresponding chart. That's not a chart.
That's what it says. Look, pantry furniture. That's the chart.
Yeah, but why would they have that there and that at the bottom? That doesn't make any sense.
Because they're just going in sequence.
What?
That's the last in the sequence of what you find. That's the special findings. You roll the dice and see the current location card for the result. So it's just going in sequence. The first two are what you find,
Yeah, but why is there a black die next
and
to
the
something?
black die is for the special findings.
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't do that 3 times, would you? Do you know what I mean? It's telling you to do it once you've resolved. I don't know what it means by chart. It's not really a chart, is it?
Does that mean we found pantry, furniture and heap?
I don't know.
Yeah, you found what is in that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Why is there a die next to it then?
Vegetable, cigarette.
Mm. Then you roll a die for
For what?
special findings.
That's at the end.
Mm.
No, I think it says see the chart below to check what you've found. So we've got vegetable. I don't know why the black die's there. I don't understand.
Pantry, furniture and heap. Then roll the black die for special findings and see the current location card for the result. Add the tokens to the findings pile.
Yeah, so we've got to take all these findings and put them there.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I think I have to throw it. I'm assuming you have to throw a black dice every time.
Because it says
And-
special
and then
findings,
check all
not
findings.
finding.
Because why have they got a black dice there?
Yeah, it's for each finding.
That's how I would look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not clear at all, is
It
it?
says see the current location card for the result.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
where's that?
That's there. It says there.
So what's that? Is that the number?
Yeah. Right. So I'm pretty sure that is what you have to do. So we have to put,
So do we have to roll the black die for pantry?
Yeah.
and then that one for and that one for. Yeah, that's right. Because you're
Yeah.
looking in there, aren't you? For it.
Mm.
What's that say?
Knife,
Cigarette.
shell, cigarette.
What's this? Knife,
That's furniture.
shell,
Heap.
shell. That's how much.
Is it a gun shell? Is that what they mean, a bullet? Or is it...
It's
No.
a shell. There is a shell. There is a shell button in there somewhere. There is. Shell.
Cigarette.
What, a seashell or a... I
No.
can't see.
Need a cigarette as
Bullet.
well.
Gun shell. Yeah, I've got
Ah, gun
Got a
shell.
cigarette.
ammo. Yeah. Ammo. And
Oh, you've got 2 cigarettes.
chems.
Chems. That's chemicals, tablets.
Chems. And then
Shell.
I have to throw the dice 3 times
Oh, these are numbers on them.
What for
So
though?
for this chart
Oh, right,
here, this
okay.
special chart. 8.
8.
What does that say?
Meds, isn't it?
Oh,
No,
no.
vegetable.
Yeah, vegetables. So that means we get vegetable, don't we?
Sorry. I can't find vegetables.
In the green bit.
No, you've
Round
got one
there.
on there. You've got one on there.
That's what we found already.
No,
Yeah,
that's
this
what
is
we
the
found already.
special findings. It's extra.
We can't carry all this back though.
9, 6.
It does say choose what you want to take
Herbal
back.
meds.
Yellow.
Oh, that'd be useful.
And one more. Oh, 10 canned
How'd you
food.
get water?
Yeah.
Bandages.
Oh, that'd be handy.
Canned food.
Canned food. Ooh.
What canned food?
Yippee.
Canned food. Shysters. Okay, that's all everything.
Yeah, you've done all of them.
And then it says go somewhere else, doesn't it? Location or something.
It says then roll the black dice of blind blah blah blah. Add the tokens to the finding pile, which is done. Afterwards, shuffle this card back into the finding stick.
Does it say something about go to locations to see what you found?
Done that.
Oh.
Right, shuffle all these back.
Well,
Wait,
God.
involved.
The problem is that you're not reading a rule book beforehand.
Mm.
They should have a book where you preparation, but it tells you. It's no good like having a look at the tiny little text about stuff you don't know what they're talking about. It just seems a dumb way of doing it. I just prefer just to read the rule book.
Who made this?
Don't know.
Did this come after the
Yeah.
computer game?
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
DeMarco.
Yeah. Choose findings.
So, Emma, we got to
No.
decide.
No, not yet.
Scavenging.
Oh.
It's me.
No, not yet. Gavin's got to do the choose findings.
Mm.
Now resolve this card one after. No, it is
No.
after each resolve it. Next player.
Yeah. Next player was meant to be me. Findings poll. That was your mum, isn't it?
Hmm?
You went to there, didn't you?
Yeah. Okay. Should we place? Yeah, we've done that at the end of the scan stage. You may decide what to leave behind, what to make. Oh yeah, because we've only got so much baggage, haven't we?
Mm.
Have we?
Yeah.
3 each.
Inventory.
So we can take 6.
So the black thing is how much it weighs, is it? Vegetables don't weigh anything. Neither do cigarettes.
Is it?
Is that right? Don't know.
No.
Read it. Tell us how we.
This bit.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Findings bit.
Oh, findings. Once you finish the exploration, shuffle all exploration resident cards into the
You've
deck.
done that, haven't
Yep.
you?
At this moment, you may add as many resources, wood components and water to the findings pile as you wish. You can bring back a total weight of tokens / resources, including the equipment and weapons you brought with you, equal to the total inventory of all characters taking part in this scavenging. The weight of heavy tokens is shown in the handbag symbol
Mm. It's this, yeah, at the bottom here. So it's 3 each.
icon. If a token does not have a handbag icon, its weight is 0.
Right.
So that's 1. That's the only one with anything on it. Oh no, that one.
Canned food.
So the canned food and the knife are both from 1.
Yeah.
So we can take them and
All of
everything else, can't we?
How much stuff can we take then?
Each one resource, water, food component weighs 1. Everything you cannot carry and have to leave behind is discarded. So each resource, water, wood component weighs
Anything-
1.
Yeah, anything like this.
Everything you cannot carry and have to leave behind is discarded.
Right. So we can carry all that.
Yeah, because that's
What
1
about
1.
this?
What about the 0 bit?
It comes
If
back.
it weighs 0,
So that doesn't count.
If a token does not,
Oh, well, hang on.
its weight is 0.
Does
Yes.
this count?
Because we took it with us.
I suppose it does, doesn't it?
no, characters with their findings will make their way back to the shelter in the dawn phase.
No, they don't.
Before that, the night raid occurs.
It didn't say they weighed anything, did it?
1.
What?
1.
1?
Yeah.
Well, why would you take it with you if you can't carry it? It didn't say anything about this
No.
when we
No, it
took
didn't
stuff
say
for
anything.
trade.
It didn't say anything about the weight of them.
Not at the beginning, it didn't, no.
But we'd take that as back here.
Yeah.
Didn't need it.
Burning.
Can't trade to rats.
It doesn't say anything about wait for them.
No, on the other side.
Yeah, it weighs 1, but it didn't tell us that they weighed anything when we took it.
No, so
No.
they don't weigh anything. So we can take it all. Because it's 1-1 and
Yeah.
these don't weigh anything.
When we're taking stuff from here for trade, you have it weighs, these weigh 1. So if you take stuff with you, obviously it's going to take up one of the inventory numbers.
So we didn't know that.
No, it didn't tell us. So
So we've just ignored that.
well, it doesn't matter anyway because we haven't.
Well, we took
Nothing's
all back.
happened, has it?
No, it's the next.
So we still keep the lockpick, do we?
Yeah.
Mm.
Have we used it?
No, we used it, we failed.
Yeah, there, wasn't it?
Where is it?
No?
Yeah.
We failed doing
Cigarette.
Didn't you
something.
put it back though?
No, it was. No, I put it back in there because it was a closed door, wasn't it?
Mm.
We tried to pick it and we failed.
So do we keep
There's a
this?
cigarette.
That's a
holder.
cigarette.
Oh, sorry. These glasses aren't reading glasses.
Really?
Yeah. I need a
What
telescope.
about those ones?
Right, what's next?
Next player continued to the night brave
Herbal
phase.
meds, chems, ammo, and food.
I think you've got 2 pages there, Mark.
Shell, that's for a rifle.
Night raid. This
2
is where
pages.
we, old Bruno gets his head kicked in, is it?
Bruno's tough.
Night raid. Dun, dun,
His
dun.
nickname's Rambo.
Okay,
That's the
choose
Ram's
weapons for the guards. If you possess any weapon tokens in the storage, you may wish to give them to the guards by placing the weapon tokens on the guard
But
space.
have they come back yet? It seems a bit weird.
I
that
guess so.
Well, then why can't they go and have a scrap in the?
Fight.
Make
No.
their way back to the shelter in the dawn phase.
Right, so this stuff's not available yet,
So
is it?
we're not
No.
on the dawn phase yet,
No,
are we?
no,
We're in the
no, no.
night raid. Right,
No.
okay.
So just put them to one side.
Right.
What stuff do we have already?
We've got the shovel.
Cigarette. We
Right,
didn't
okay.
take the sugar.
Do we have a cigarette?
Yeah.
Shell.
No, I don't think we had the sugar. The
No,
cigarette.
we didn't take
No.
the sugar.
We didn't. It was
We
there.
took the
Isn't it?
shovel, didn't we?
Didn't take it with
We had
us.
a shovel, yes, everything stayed there.
Okay.
Okay, shall I read that again? If you possess any weapon tokens in the storage,
Nope.
you may wish to give them to the guards by placing the weapon tokens on the guard space. Each character may only wield one weapon. Night Raid. Draw and resolve the top card of a Night Raid's deck.
Reality impact. Something unexpected has happened. Draw a card from the colours deck to determine the colour of the script. Judy.
This.
Then reveal the top card of the Night Raids deck and check the number with that colour on it. Find the number in the book of scripts and resolve that corresponding text.
It's
Afterwards, shuffle this card back in the Night
It's
Raids deck.
blue.
Right.
Shuffle this card back into the colours deck. Pompey.
You're from Pompey.
Pompey.
You're a Pompey girl.
Pompey.
You be Pompey girl. Be proud.
Top card of the Night Raids deck and check the number with that colour on it. What colour was it?
Blue.
Blue.
91. Find that number. Afterwards, shuffle this card back into the Night Raids deck.
91.
91. It's going to be bad.
It's not. It's going to be good.
Is it? The night is especially dark. The moon and stars seem to want no part in our misery. We heard some steps a few times, some prowling, someone trying to get inside our shelter. Who was it? We'll never know. Maybe it was some kids or a thug ready to slit our throats for a slice of bread, but nobody got inside. Dawn is coming.
Yay!
Hurrah!
That's a nice short paragraph from Matt to read.
Okay, so
Oh, hang on, what does this mean? Hobos. Oh no, we removed that card from the game, so that's nothing. Right, go on.
do you want me to read all of it then, even though we haven't got any battles or anything? It says draw and resolve the top card of the Night Race deck.
No, don't worry about
If
it.
we don't
The rest
have
is
it.
damage and wounds and prowess, board ups.
No, don't need to know that.
Right, okay, crime wave.
No.
Next player. Continue to the dawn phase.
Yes, we survived. Oh, Julie.
Dawn.
No, Julie. What are you playing the violin for? We survived. Come on, like this. Julie, come on. Yay, we survived. Violin.
The scavenging party returns, so these all come back here. We get all our well done. It's a bit like I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, isn't it? Coming back from
I wouldn't know. I've
bush
never
tucker
seen
trial.
I unfortunately have.
We come back soon, won't we?
Assign meds and bandages. If there's any meds or herbal meds, bandages in the storage, you may assign them to the ill wounded by placing them on the character cards. Keep any assigned tokens of the characters to whom they were assigned. Draw a fate card.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ignore the bottom part marked with a die. When the fate card tells you to exchange a location card, remove that card from the game and slide the remaining location cards down so that the far space is empty, and finally draw another location card from the location deck, place it on the far space.
Don't read the dice bit.
Yeah.
That bit.
Hmm.
Raise the wounds of all wounded unbandaged characters by 1.
Or heal.
Well, none of them are wounded, are they?
Heal the wounds of all characters who had bandages by 1.
No.
No one's wounded.
If cold tokens.
Discard
Oh, gold
bandages
No,
tokens
no.
from all characters. If cold tokens minus board ups equals 3 or more,
No.
raise the illness of 3 chosen characters by 1. Exchange the nearest location. Resolve weight tokens, then discard them. Resolve Spirit B on all character cards.
Sorry, it says.
Resolve Spirit B.
On all character cards.
Hello?
Okay, so Amelia.
Oh, what time do you think we'll be finished?
Probably about 9:30. Probably do another hour and then.
Well, we're going to do another hour, so I'll be back at 10:45. 10:45. That's fine, yeah, okay. No problem. Okay. Yeah, well, it's complicated. We're struggling. Yeah. Bye, buddy. Bye.
Spirit B.
Right, okay. If there are at least 2 cold tokens on the cold space, raise Amelia's
No.
misery by 1.
After we shuffle this card back into the fate.
And Anton is, if Anton is hungry, level 2 or 3,
No.
raise his illness by 1.
He is not.
And Boris,
Boz.
Bojo.
discard 1 cigarette from the storage or raise Boris's misery by 1.
He's a nicotine fiend, is he? Right.
So we've got rid of the ciggy. That would have been handy for
Well,
trading.
that was tough work the first round, wasn't it?
Well, it's getting into it,
Are we
isn't
doing
it?
it right as well?
Right, so you want to read the
Lots of
narrative
little
action?
things you don't know really what they mean.
Narrative action card.
She'll go in reading it, innit?
Draw 2 narrative action cards, read them, choose 1, shuffle 1 back into the deck.
Headshot. Ammo 3. Play during combat. If you are using a firearm, or during backstab, if you're using a firearm, discard 1 ammo to automatically kill 1 enemy, or play during a night raid phase. If the character on the guard duty has a firearm, discard 1 ammo to automatically ignore night raid cards. Who's there? Play at the end of any phase. Draw and resolve 2 cards from the visitor's deck. Visitors? Not
Or
now.
2.
No, not now.
I would do that, Michelle, because we haven't got
I
any
think
weapons.
visitors, because
We've only got a knife.
we haven't got a gun.
At the end of any
we've got a
phase.
part, but it could take ages to...
So what do you do with this? After
Shuffle.
playing this card, remove it from the game.
Oh, remove it. No, remove it.
We haven't played it though, so
Oh.
just shuffle it back in. So yeah, so that stays with us. At the end of any phase, you can draw 2 cards from the visitor's deck.
We'll do that then.
Right.
Next player.
Interesting.
Oh,
Me.
it does say alcohol at the bottom here for some reason.
Where?
Just
Yeah,
says
card,
alcohol may be
yeah.
used before or after resolving a fate card.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
When do we do that?
We've done that.
Moonshine. Raise 1 character's fatigue by 2 and lower their misery by 1.
Say that again.
Raise 1 chosen character. This is if you've got Moonshine. Raise 1 character's
We haven't
fatigue by
had
2, lower the misery by 1. But if it's 100% alcohol, choose 1 chosen character fatigue by 1 and lower the misery by 1. Death amongst us. At the end of the dawn phase, check if any of everyone has died or abandoned the group today. If it's yes, roll the black dice and compare the results for each player's empathy. When a result equal or less than empathy, raise their misery by 2.
So when do we go down that chart thing there then? That
At the
hunger
end of the
thing?
chapter.
Right.
Let us look back on the past day. How did we do? Confusion?
Mm.
What will we need next?
Water.
Water, yeah. What must be scavenged or traded? We have to do this as
Yeah,
well, don't we?
otherwise
So
we're
we
in
need food.
What
We've
was
got
that
canned food. Is that 15 of them?
No, one.
Oh, right.
What's
this
the
at bottom
mechanical
then?
parts? Those? Or are they
No, you
components?
pick them up from the when you scavenge, don't you?
What do we have to scavenge or trade?
So we've only got 3 food, which is enough for all of us. So
What's that at the bottom then? What's that
I don't
number?
know. Must
What-
be the money. That
What
was,
should we build as another one?
Getting up there.
And let's see what tomorrow brings. If you start a new day, start a
There's
new
herbal
phase.
neds.
Oh, at this moment, you may
Vegetables.
save the state of the game and pack it into the box. Then you may
Oh.
return to it whenever you wish by setting up and jumping right back in where you left off. C10 in the book of scripts.
We'll do that. Maybe we'll come back to it another time.
Well, we're not going to finish
Or
it.
maybe we'll just pack it up and not come back to it.
We're not going to finish it, are we?
No
anyway?
way.
So-
Right, morning.
So, what do we really need next?
Water and food.
What about building something?
We need to get up here first, don't we?
Oh, okay. Right, so this goes.
Go to me.
You start again, do we?
Morning.
Ah.
Morning. Draw and resolve the top card from the events deck.
Ooh, can I do it,
Go
Matthew?
on then.
Add 1 cold to the cold
Yeah,
space.
just do not forget to add cold tokens to the cold space on the board as described on the
Reality impact. Something unexpected has happened. Draw a card from the colour deck to determine the colour of the script.
Right.
It's green.
It's green. Then reveal the top card of the event deck. We just
Yeah.
did that, didn't we?
Yeah, do it again.
And check the number with the colour on it.
Alright, what colour? Green.
Green, 781.
Right, and what does it say to do after?
Shuffle. What?
Shuffle up.
Shuffle, and then I got to shuffle this back. I have to shuffle the event back into the appropriate chapter of the event deck
Right, so you just put that back on top.
because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Do I put this underneath that?
What is it?
The colour?
No, shuffle that back in.
Right.
After resolving this card, remove it from the game.
Put it on there. 781.
781.
It's only 4 anyway.
I think that's 8. Is that 8, Julie? Or is that 6?
781.
At first it seemed like a dream, but then came a sudden realisation and great joy. It's the Thor. No more threes. Not that's all about superhero. No more freezing cold. There may be yet be hope. Write down Thor 781 on a blank token and place it on the cold space. Before doing that, remove all cold tokens from the cold space. The Thor token will remain there until the end of the campaign. Ignore all cold tokens until the end of the campaign.
So what you got on there?
So
Thor.
won't write on it.
We get no more cold.
No more cold.
Ah,
Is
yeah.
it Thor 781?
Almost threw those blank tokens away. I thought they weren't used.
You can make your own, can't you? You
Yeah.
can buy cardboard tokens.
No more cold.
Okay, remove this from the game.
Right.
Oh, is it me again? What's
Yeah,
this
no,
morning?
short- no, the bit under next turn.
Oh, I see.
So we've got
Yes.
one more round and then
We can pack up then.
Continue to the day actions phase. Scripts numbers. Most cards in the game contain script numbers in the coloured circles. You should ignore those numbers unless a game effect directly instructs you to address them. Movement in the shelter. You may place characters on any shelter spaces and fitting shelter cards to which you have access starting from the guard space. Characters may freely move horizontally. They can move vertically using the ladders set between the floors. However, obstacles like bars, locked door, rubble remnants and holes are impassable, and the cards and spaces behind them are unavailable.
Right, well, you can't pick any doors, remember?
No.
Ain't got no pick lock, man.
We
Can't
just
get
have
to that.
search through the furniture or
We can't go through there because it's the ladder
go
here.
through the rubble, can't we?
No,
We could do this heap. I think we should do this heap.
Mm.
got to go through the rubble remnants first. Then.
Yeah.
Got to go all the way around here.
How do we get downstairs?
Down here.
Yeah.
Let's go down there and then poke about.
Should we do that?
We just get wood and components. So I don't think there's any left.
We still got the shovel.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we clear the rubble from the top of the stairs?
Yeah, probably.
If we
Got
have
no
to
lockpicks.
access.
No, you need lockpick for the closed doors.
You can have two characters do that. We should get rid of
Mm.
this because then we can open this scrap.
Mm.
It might give us something apart from bloody wood and.
So
Yeah.
how do we get this then?
What?
The fittings. How do we put things on
We've got
fittings?
to go up this way.
So we do need to clear that rubble, don't we?
Yeah, but we need to get picked up as
Mm.
well. Well, we clear the rubble then, yeah?
Mm.
So someone takes a shovel? What about these two elements?
If we do that,
Doesn't
we
make
can
sense.
do-
Why is that space not on here then?
It's got storage.
Do you need to be in that space, dear, to do it?
There's a hole in it.
Place a new fitting. See,
You see, they haven't got an access point to it, have they?
I don't think it's there.
So I don't think you need to reach it through the things because there's
No.
no access point. It's just got storage. That's right, isn't it? Hang on, where are we? Stairs. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's no access point, so I think you can just use that.
Can you? We haven't got the stuff for it though, have we?
Maybe you can climb up the side of it or something. All these little black things, I mean, you can access it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
See, we can. We've got
That's the
one.
only
We've
area.
got one mechanical part.
No.
What do they look like?
So I think you can just put your fitting stuff on there. I don't think you need to access that because look,
Yeah.
that they represent doors, don't they? Basically, those little access points.
But it's coloured in the ideas that are available craft everywhere.
I might be able to get a mechanical part in the heap or something.
Oh.
Oh, thank
Mint Matthew.
Thank you.
What about going down here to the furniture area? Haven't been down there, have we?
No,
you.
that's
One
this
up
one.
here
That's
as
this.
well.
We should send. I think maybe we should poke around.
We can go through the ladders, ladders, and go down.
Okay, there we go. The action icon next to the fittings deck does not indicate the characters must clear a path to this space.
Yeah.
The whole deck is placed on the fitting space. It is available immediately at any point during the game. Characters must only clear a path to the space where the new fitting must be placed. There you go.
So that's why it hasn't got the
Mm.
black thing, so we can use that whenever.
Right.
So, Boris Boy's doing that. What does this say? Poke around.
Poke a bait.
Poke a beat.
Any number of characters can roll a black die, and then depending on what you roll, you get a certain amount of stuff. Higher the better.
But we don't need wood, do we?
Don't need wood, no.
What else does it say?
Components.
We need mechanical parts.
Yeah.
No.
Components.
Can you trade mechanical part components? Do we have to trade for stuff?
I don't know.
We've got all this wood and we've got all these components. We could build things with that, can't we?
Because they did say you could trade, didn't they? But that's probably,
Yeah.
I'm guessing, by...
Does this represent metal then, or is it anything?
No, well, I don't know.
So you could build
No,
with
it
it,
counts
can't
as
you?
components.
Hmm.
See, like, build a reinforced door, you need one mechanical part, one electrical part, 3 components, 5 wood.
Right, so it's for building.
But we haven't got mechanical parts, so we can't do
Mm.
by core. How do you get them?
Get 5. Build a simple heater. 5 components. 3 wood.
Yeah, build a chair,
Yeah,
1
but
component,
we
2
chose
wood.
to though, didn't we?
Yeah, we've already chosen what we're going to do.
Yeah, but you could build these ones. So they're ideas. These are actual things you could build.
Oh, right. Where's
At
that
any
come
time.
from?
Yeah. Build a metal workshop. 5 components and 3 wood.
So we should build a bed for everybody.
Yeah, but that's not in the deck, is it?
This is ideas.
Yeah, it's ideas. So,
you can-
so can we do that now then?
Yeah.
So what can we choose? Anything.
Anything that you can build.
When do we do that?
Anytime.
I think the
anytime.
workshop would be a good idea for tools, and even
Workshop.
armoury or
We don't know
something.
how it works.
Shovels.
Yeah, but to build it, we need 5 electrical.
Craft one item, one component, one mechanical part equals a lockpick. 3 components plus 1 wood equals a shovel.
There you go.
1 weapon part and 1 component equals a saw blade. 1 weapon part, 2 components plus 1 wood equals a knife.
But we still need mechanical parts to build it.
And 3 components and 1 wood for that.
Oh, okay.
That's a
We've got
different
that.
pile. That's the idea. That's
Mm.
Yeah, we've got 2
so we could
ideas,
build the
haven't
workshop so that it gives us tools.
Well, if we can do it any time, let's do it.
Yeah.
How does it work though?
No, you're not really doing it. You're just trying to amuse me. You're just being sarcastic. No, stop it. I'm not interested. No. No. No, don't bother.
He's looking at the corner of his eye.
Well, should we craft that there then?
Yep.
Yes.
So 3 wood, was it?
3 wood.
And
Does
5
that just go
components.
back in the thing?
Yeah.
Where's our
5.
ideas one? Yeah, put our idea ones back.
Yeah,
Full
I'll put
5.
them in.
So we're
Where?
progressing
They're in the
somewhat
deck.
now, aren't we? So if we want to make a lockpick or something,
We need 1 mechanical part.
Yeah.
so can we do that any time?
Yeah, as long as we've got the
But
stuff.
we haven't got a mechanical part.
So that was there.
Oh, he goes there because he built it.
And what's he going to do?
You wanted a route about, didn't you, or something?
No, we don't need this really.
I think it's a she because she's
Yeah, it's a sheep.
Oh, that's a she, yes.
So it's either rubble remnants
Boobies.
or yeah.
Furniture.
Well, what does that give us?
Can't get
Oh,
there.
furniture. Should we
Oh.
go for
We can't
furniture?
get there. We need a saw blade.
Oh, right.
we might do the
So
heat.
we either go the heap or we try and get the furniture.
We need to do that first.
Yeah.
Okay.
But who's in charge?
You are, aren't you? Who is? I don't know.
Your mum.
Oh, am I?
So it's up to you.
Oh, right.
Heap or furniture? We haven't done furniture yet, have we?
Well, if we've got to clear that one, we'll do that, shall we? Then that opens up
Okay.
the heat
Where's
and
the
the
shovel?
furniture.
Oh no, the shovel's up
Shovel's
here.
being used, so we can't do that.
Can't
one.
do that.
Right. We'll go to the heat then.
We can't because it needs a shovel.
He needs a shovel.
Do you?
Oh, right.
And we can't get down here.
No.
Nope.
Bars and a
Ow.
saw blade.
So Boris is... No, not Boris. Anton's going to just hang around.
Maybe just move them to the ladders.
We could always go outside.
Ooh.
And what happens there?
Roll a black die. If it's a 1, the character's placed here is hit by a sniper bullet and suffers 2 wounds.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but that's if it rolls a
Yeah.
1. That's unlikely.
Draw and resolve 1 visitor
That
card.
depends on who's rolling the die.
The number or if the number of characters in the group is 2 or less, search the visitor's deck for the first arrival card and resolve it.
Come on, let's take a gamble. Come
Roll
on,
the black die
Margaret.
first.
He's got the capacity of 6, isn't he, in his
This
inventory?
one, isn't it?
Oh, is it Anton?
Anton,
Oh,
it's the
well,
orange
yeah,
one.
we can lose him. Not Boris.
Draw and resolve 1 visitor card. Or if the number of characters in the group is 2 or less, search the visitor's deck for the first arrival card and resolve it. Shall we do that?
Yeah.
Don't know. We'll take a risk. Bye, Anton.
Don't get a 1. 6.
Oh.
Well, because it's 2 or less, we will search it for the first arrival card. Whatever that is. What's that mean?
Is someone knocking on the door? So childish.
What does that mean? First arrival card.
The top one. Is it the top one?
No. What does that mean?
Draw and resolve 1 visitor's card. Is there another visitor's pack somewhere?
Yeah.
Visitors here.
Oh, it's residents. Sorry, I'm looking at the
Right.
wrong one.
Okay. So
You need
Someone-
arrivals.
a neighbour gives us. Oh no, that's a hint.
Has it got arrivals on it?
No, is it say arrivals?
Yeah.
Trader. That's
I'm
not
meant to go
arrival.
through mine.
Yeah, arrival. There you go. Oh, whose go is it?
Top.
Bombs on it.
This is getting a little bit better
Yeah.
after the.
I think we're sort
after
of,
the
yeah, it's
head
making a bit more
explosion
sense
confusion.
now, isn't it? Arrival. A grim and silent stranger asks for shelter. If you decide to take this person in, draw a card from the unused characters deck and add them to your group. Place a level 3 misery token on them.
Mr. Happy.
Add a hatchet and jewellery to the storage. Then remove the survival card from the game. If you decide not to take this person in, you may buy any items this person is carrying. See journal, trade sheet, trade commission. What's that? O?
It's a number.
The O.
What?
Is that O something? There's a little mark next to it I can't make out.
See journal, trade sheet, trade commissions in the journal.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, you looked at that.
Trade
Trade
sheet.
commission 0. Now shuffle this card back into
If
the
we
visitors deck.
if we get one more person in, then they can.
Eat all our food. Trading is an action available on some location visitor residence cards and scripts. It enables you to exchange your tokens, the ones in the findings piles you're in scavenging, or the ones in the storage when a visitor comes to the shelter for different tokens. Any available in a port on a script or given card. Before the trade begins, you must pay the trade commission first. It means you must discard tokens to the value depicted on the trade's description card. Then you can exchange the tokens by discarding your tokens of a value equal to or higher than the value of the tokens you want to buy. Each token has a value in a yellow icon X. Water, wood and components cannot be bought or sold and are never part of the trade. So what's he selling?
It doesn't say, it just says if you take him in you get certain things.
Yeah, if you don't.
It says see journal, trade sheet, trade commission 0.
Trade commissions. What?
What do they take off?
It's
Oh.
a trade sheet.
It's a
That's
save
what's-
sheet.
Up and down there then.
No. Trade sheet.
And there's lots of numbers, different colours.
No, we got it. We got it.
901.
179, 667.
No, that's not it.
901, my lord. 901.
If there's no way to keep the difference between. What's the mean trade sheet? What's
It's not nothing to do with that, is
no.
it?
No. See journal, trade sheet, trade commission.
Which is the journal.
That's
This
the
is
journal.
There's the trade sheet.
But what, it
Trade
doesn't
commission
say-
0. That's what it's got next
It
to
means
it.
you must discard tokens of the value, total value depicted in the trade descriptions of a given card, so we don't have to do that. Then you can exchange tokens by discarding the tokens of a total value for each token you want to buy. It enables you to exchange tokens for different tokens, any available in the pool of a given script or card. Oh wait, so he's carrying a hatchet
And
and
jewellery.
jewellery.
That's if we take him in.
No,
No,
you
you
can
trade
trade
it.
that.
What does he
Oh.
want for it? You got weight, boy?
We can exchange. The hatchet's worth 12 and jewellery's worth 10.
Oh, the numbers.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
hatchet
what it's
might be
about.
useful.
What we got there then?
Don't know. Hatchet's 12.
Does
Yeah.
vegetables class as our food?
Yeah.
Because we don't
We
really
can't
need
get
food.
rid of the vegetables. We got 4. We
What
got
about
3
herbs?
foods. We got 3 foods there. Look.
So that's just worth
We need
2.
food. It's not worth it, is it?
Well, I don't think he'd be interested, would he?
We got a knife.
We might need that.
3 ammo.
Yeah. Thing is it worth bringing him in? I know he can perform more actions, but it depends what the character is as well, and they're going to be miserable, aren't they?
Well, if we don't take him in,
Yeah.
what does it say
Just
do?
bugger off.
Nothing. Just you ain't coming in. Your name's not down. You're not coming in.
And if we take them in, we get a hatchet and
Some jewellery.
can we for trade?
He's miserable.
Let's have a look.
We can't feed a little bugger either.
No,
the
that's
trouble.
it. We ain't got no water.
We got no water.
Where'd you get water from? Where does water come
You
from?
just have to rummage, don't you?
What in the piles?
Yeah, you trade if we
Heaps,
say
sorry.
no. You've got the option of
That's what
trading.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
If you
wanna
take
trade.
him in, you automatically get his stuff.
Yeah, but then it's going to be. We haven't got any food for
No,
him.
we can't feed bugger, can we? Sorry. Well, whose go is it? Margaret's. So it's up to you,
The
Margaret.
hatchet. What do you use the hatchet for?
Bars.
It's a weapon and stuff.
That'd be
No, it's a
useful.
saw blade.
Oh, it's saw blade.
What do you use the hatchet for
It's a
then?
weapon.
It's a axe.
So just used as a weapon, is it?
I think so, yeah.
And jewellery. I mean, if you're in a siege, what good's jewellery
Well, you
to
can
anybody?
trade with other visitors, I suppose, can't you?
But if you've got an extra body, I know you've got to feed them, but at least they can search with you.
Yeah, we've got no food though.
We can't feed them. That's the problem.
Because we're poor and we're starving.
We've got food. We've got enough food for the day. Sorry.
Plus we have a level 3 misery token.
Yeah.
Oh
Don't
dear.
want no misers in here.
So do you think we should say no?
So
Yeah.
your
We're not
choice.
strong enough to cope with it.
I would say no because of the food. Julie,
Okay, there you go.
No.
it's up to you, Margaret.
Tough with that packing to visitors, Deck.
Yeah, it's tempting for the jewellery and the hatchet, but...
Was that the first load of actions then, was it?
Yeah, we moved them all. He moved outside. He did the workshop. He's
Oh, we've got to do that, don't we?
we've got to do Rubble Boy.
Right, so resolve the rubble boy.
So it's gone from rubble to rubble remains.
Right.
I'm assuming that's right, isn't it?
Yep.
Remove this card from the game, so we still can't actually do it.
Right, next load of actions then.
Can't do that bubble yet.
No, you flip it over and then you go.
Well, I think you should go there. And then we get access to that furniture then, don't we?
Did we just move?
Yeah.
Did we just do our movement, sorry?
Yeah, you get 2 actions though, don't you?
Per player.
You
Yeah.
do 1 round of actions and then
Oh,
you do
okay,
another
right,
dependent on the...
And what we've got to decide. So this one can get rid of this.
Hang on. They've got... Blue, orange has got 3 actions. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're not miserable or hungry or anything.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I
right.
get you now. Yeah.
Right.
So he's had his second one.
He could go here and clear
Mm.
this because you need 2 people.
Oh, we should have kept that.
It's a she.
Because it's
Boo.
kept off the
She.
job.
What was her name again?
Amelia.
Amelia.
Right, so we'll do this one.
You can move that now. Yay!
That goes out of the game.
Thought you needed 2 people for one.
No, he had a shovel. Boris had the shovel.
So
No,
is shovel
Anton.
get taken off
No, it
now?
stays there for the
Alright.
time being. And then
These
there's 2
two.
of them.
These 2 can get rid of this.
Alright.
I've got access to... Oh no.
And then blue gets 1 more action.
But you
could-
can't.
What?
Go
Oh
down
yeah,
there.
you could, couldn't you? Whee!
We need to make a lockpick now.
Okay, furniture. Whose turn is it? Matthew.
You gain 2 mechanical parts.
Yay!
2. Who said this game was hard?
The computer game. I
Yeah.
played it with Simon.
Is
Right.
it? Really?
2 mechanical parts, 2 electrical parts, 1 raw food and 1 wood.
Is it an old game then?
It's it might be 5 years old.
Oh right.
What?
1 wood.
Yeah.
There's only wood left.
Yep.
2 mechanical parts and 2 electrical parts.
So is it just a survival game?
Yeah.
Electrical part.
Yep.
Mechanical part.
2 of those.
Mechanical.
Can we do some of these then?
Well, it's all the actions done now, isn't it?
Can we make a lockpick? Said we can do it
Yeah,
any
we
time.
could do a lot quicker, couldn't we?
We're going to need it because the closed doors now in the upper level.
It's too late. We haven't got any actions left.
Oh, I
Unless-
thought we could do it any time.
Unless you do the visitors. at the end of any phase. That was the.
I can't find any more mechanical bits.
Should be in the grey bit. The grey one.
Mechanical.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Right. So do you want to do the visitors now? Might as well, don't we?
Yep. Yep. Otherwise it just
Three
gets
visitors.
forgotten about, won't it?
2.
What about this? When do we
Whose go is
think
it?
about doing that?
That's at the end. We've got to do this at the end of the round. Is there any truth to the gossip? Who is responsible? Who had a motive? After asking around the neighbourhood, it turns out that nearly everyone could be under suspicion. Make 2 rolls on the suspicions chart.
Suspicion of what?
Where's
What
that?
gossip? What is it?
Oh, maybe that's in the.
Expansion?
Yeah, maybe that's in the expansion.
Another one.
Yeah, draw another one. That's in the expansion as well. So
What are they? The red ones?
yeah. Trader, you may perform trade to exchange tokens from the storage for any other tokens. Trade commission is 2. And then we've got the old, he's back again. Hatchet man. But you ain't coming in, mate.
Hatchet man,
Yeah.
trying to break down your front door.
Right. Don't want him. Do you want to, should we trade these in for anything?
Ooh.
Trade commission of 2, so you have to pay up 2 first. Oh, yeah.
Can I have some wood? Should I have some wood?
No, you can't trade wood.
We've got 4 food now.
Yeah, so we've got to
Yeah,
discard.
we need our food though.
We don't
We're
really
not
need to
doing
trade
much
either,
sugar.
I think we need to build it up before we start
do we?
trading.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we
I'll
want
get
to
rid
make
of
some stuff too, don't
What
we?
are we doing?
Getting rid of them.
Mm.
What gonna do
Whose
that?
choice was it? Yours? Anyway.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. Don't know, I can't remember.
It's gas times 3, isn't it?
Yeah, so it is dusk. We've got no water.
Are these getting shuffled back in?
Can we not trade water? Yeah. No, they're not part of the trade, so dusk, Gav.
We're just going to dehydrate.
Dusk.
Is it not raining yet?
The sun has disappeared below the horizon. Shadows and darkness now rule the city.
If it's thawed out, we could
It's
get
safe to
some
go out at
snow.
night, but first we must regain some strength. So water. Each character should drink 1 water.
Shriveled.
For each character that did not drink water, roll the black dice.
Damage roll now.
So it's either the hunger raises by 1 or raise the misery by 1. So we do Boris first.
Boris Johnson.
Boris is raises misery by 1
So
to flip it over.
Ellipses.
He's still okay. Now we do
Anton.
Anton. He is hunger by 1. Ooh, and finally Amelia. She's a 5, so she is raised hunger by 1.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hunger.
So
But-
she was 3.
okay, so that was water. Now
we
we've
want,
got
we want a 3.
Grab a 3.
300.
3 hunger.
Why would water affect your hunger level? Seems a bit weird.
Hunger 3.
Don't water fill you up?
No.
It's dehydration, isn't it?
Dehydration,
It's
yeah.
probably just the...
You can get away with not
Food.
eating food, but you have to drink water. Okay, each character should eat 1 or more food. Discard it from the storage. So canned food, it lowers it by 2. Who's got the most hunger?
Amelia.
Okay, so I think we should give that to Amelia. Well, it's my pick anyway, isn't it? But, yeah.
So
2.
does that
So
go
she
back
goes
down to
yeah.
1?
She
Yeah.
goes back down to 1.
Oh, okay.
I'll put that here because we need it again.
Right, okay.
Great.
And then raw food goes down by 1, but if you give them vegetables, it stays the same.
So you can give vegetables to old
Yeah,
Boris, can't you?
Boris, yeah,
That one to
and that one to
And
vegetable. 1 vegetable.
flip
Is it-
Anton to 1.
To 1. Right. Okay.
No food, raise the hunger by 1. We do that. Next player.
What am I like doing? Evening.
Yep.
Right. Assign each character to one of the 4 available tasks. Sleep in bed. Place a maximum of 1 character on a bed card. Set these characters' fatigue to 0.
I've got no bed.
Sleep on the floor. Place any number of characters on the sleep on the floor space. Lower these characters' fatigue by 2.
Maybe old Gringe.
To keep them under control.
Yeah. Reduces fatigue to 0.
Is that good to me? Go on.
Guard duty. Place any number of characters on the guard space to defend the shelter from attacks during the night raid phase. The higher the prowess of the guard, the better. There must be at least 1 guard on the guard space, otherwise see 3.
It's got to be Amelia, isn't it?
Amelia can do it then, can't she?
That's Julie.
Raises characters.
Oh yes, that's
equal
Julie.
1.
What do you want to do, Julie?
Sorry?
Do you want to put the guard? She's got a price of 1,
Yeah.
which is better than...
You want Boris on the floor, do you?
Yeah. Scavenging. Place up to 3 characters on the findings pile space to send them to the ruined city during the scavenging phase. The higher the infantry and prowess of the character, the better they will perform
He's
during the
pretty
scavenging
hopeless.
phase.
He's got no
Where's this
prowess.
going? Here.
That's Amelia's
No, orange.
fatigue, isn't
Next to
it?
Boris, orange.
Yeah, it's Boris.
Anton.
Boris is green.
I thought Amelia was on guard. Doesn't she get the fatigue?
No,
This
so whoever's
is
going out,
scavenging.
the orange gets.
Oh, right, I see.
The orange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Continue to the scavenging phase.
All right.
Scav. This is the most complicated bit, isn't it? Scavenging. Scavelar.
Scavelar.
Evening.
Oh, yeah, I didn't cross a picket line, thank you very much.
What?
Scavelar.
Assign. All right.
Scavelar.
Where did you get to?
Oh, we've got 10 page, sorry.
Okay. Right. Scavenging.
Scav.
Okay. I won't read that little thing at the top. Choose a location. Choose one of the 3 available location cards and move all of the characters taking part in the scavenging onto it. Note the rule on the red space of the location card if there is one. So what locations have we got?
So where'd you get water?
Yeah.
Yeah, what locations are there?
Got
No,
the
yeah,
abandoned
cottage.
cottage, the small apartment building, or the shelled school. But we went to the shelled school.
The
didn't we?
cottage might have a well in it or something.
We've got more chance of vegetables if we go there.
There might
8
be
to
a
10.
well.
What about water?
Yeah, there might be
Also-
a well.
Also mechanical. Where?
In the cottage, there might be something.
It doesn't say that.
Doesn't it?
It says 1 to 4 is nothing, 5 to 6 mechanical parts, 7 is chems,
Chems. Yeah.
chems, 8 to 10 is vegetables.
And what's the other one?
Raw food, cigarettes, electrical parts, book. But there's a 1 in 5 chance of not getting anything.
Right.
So how do we get water?
Yeah.
From here, I suppose.
Yeah.
So should we go to the cottage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah, go to the
You're in
cottage.
charge.
Yeah.
You know. No, I think we should go somewhere else, actually.
10.
You've got to say, bugger off, Jim. It's my pick. I think we should go to the school.
I'm in charge.
That's
Right, so what do we do now?
Okay. Choose equipment. If there are any weapons like a hatchet, knife, pistol, etc., or equipment like a lockpick, saw, or shovel in the storage, you may assign these tokens to the scavenging party.
It's got a jammed door. How do you...
Got no lockpick.
Well, we need to make one, don't we? Place them on the findings. You must take any tokens from the storage for possible trade.
But we have to do this on the
But
weight.
it's one
don't we?
each, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
the weight. And Anton's got 3. Is he the one who's scavenging? Yeah.
Useless Anton.
So
He's
this,
got the
this
weight
is
of
going to take
3.
up weight, is it?
Well, you said each of these is
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Makes
So it-
sense, doesn't it?
On the other page, isn't it?
Well, it's part of the rule. isn't
Why
it?
would you take it with you if it's going to take up part of your
I
thing?
won't
isn't it?
bother.
No.
It's an abandoned cottage. There's nobody living there, is there?
Yes, but
Oh, we'll put do you want to put a weapon on them?
Yeah, I'll have to have a weapon.
that's
Right.
one, so you can...
Hatchet, knife, pistol, saw or shovel or equipment. Well, the shovel's 6.
We do
You
actually.
put it on the findings.
Oh no,
pile.
1. Sorry, it's
We,
1.
we do actually need another character because you could have gone with him.
Too late now, man.
Well, the shovel's 1.
Yep.
So that's 2 altogether, isn't it?
Why do you put a shovel there for?
Well, it just says any equipment you could take. So, do you think we need a shovel?
Can't take it
Right, we'll just take the knife then.
because we need to bring stuff back, don't we? So he's really
Okay.
got.
Set the noisemaker. Place the noise marker on space 1 of the note. Yeah. Whenever the game tells you, we've done all that, haven't we?
So it goes on 1, does it?
No, that's at the beginning.
It just
There
says
you go.
when the game tells you to roll the dice for the noise, roll the black die. But
Sure, that's every time you scavenge, isn't it? It's got to be.
so how do you know when it tells you to roll the
It's
dice?
tell you on the cards.
It'll tell you.
Alright, okay, so we'll leave that one then. After resolving the residence card, draw and resolve the top card from the residence deck.
Rats.
Not again.
Yeah.
Rats again.
Remember, return 1 exploration
Boring.
card to try and catch one.
But we've got a knife this time.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
which is the yellow dice.
Right.
Yeah. If characters present melee weapon. Is it a melee weapon?
Yeah. It's not a firearm, is it?
Right,
And it's certainly not unarmed.
So it's move 1 back. And how did it work? How did combat work?
Combat. That's
There's
further
3
on,
wounds,
isn't it?
isn't it? So yeah, go on. Just roll the die then, Gav.
Yeah. No, it's not me. It's Margaret.
Combat.
Yeah, it's
For
backstab.
for a free Margaret.
3.
But we only get 1 die. Only roll.
Mm. I mean 3 wounds.
3 wounds to kill that boy.
Axe.
Hatchet.
That's just 1 of
That means-
guessing. How many wounds does that do?
That was cocked. I can throw it again.
Yeah. Each round you roll a combat die for every knife and hatchet is a melee weapon. It's the number of wounds dealt. So is that 1? What's that hatchet mean then? Why? Right, hatchet. And target dies immediately.
Yay!
You killed it.
Even though we haven't got a hatchet with us.
No, it's just
Oh,
local.
okay. Alright, so we've got a dead rat.
Right, so we get a raw food.
Yummy.
Tasty
Rat casserole.
ratatouille.
Oh dear. After resolving the residence card, resume scavenging. You might still meet someone else.
So you want to do, was it 2 cards to what? Was it say out there for the cottage thing?
Return 2 exploration cards to have a look around the area. 260.
Do that?
Yeah, 260.
260.
Draw as many exploration cards as shown on the location space or the location you choose to explore.
Roll.
Somebody's on it.
Yeah, we've done that.
Oh.
Roll the die. The black die.
Margaret.
Anything particular or does it matter?
Just roll it.
Roll it.
8.
1515. A family photo of parents with their 2 daughters. Good thing the girls don't resemble their father, who looks like a bear.
Is that it?
Yep.
And
So, do you want to do a couple of these, or do you want to have a look around the area again, or what? No? Right, I think I saw something. Return as many exploration cards as you wish and roll the black die. Add the number of returned exploration cards to the result. Result 1 to 5. Draw and resolve a residence card.
shall I do that?
How many cards do you want to add? 3?
What, so you have to throw what?
1 to 5, and then we resolve a residence card, which is always bad. How many? 2?
Mm.
Yeah?
Mm.
Well then, so you need to
I was
roll
going to say
3 or
don't
more.
roll the dice.
You got to do it.
Oh, you have to
Oh,
throw it.
right. 1.
7.
Oh,
so that's
7.
right, we're right.
Mm.
Map card. Check the current location card for a closed door. Closed door?
You said there was a
Jammed door.
closed door, didn't
Yeah.
you?
It says jam. It's
If there's
different.
no closed door, discard this card and draw a new card.
Ooh, draw a new card.
Someone's here. Raise the noise level by 3.
Ooh.
No.
Check the map card for an open space.
No.
If there's no open space, discard this card. Jammed door.
Yeah.
If there is a jammed door, you may resolve this card immediately or place it on the exploration slot and resolve it later instead. Jammed door. Kick it in. Return 1 exploration card and raise the noise level by 3 and roll for noise. After entering... Well, we can't do that because we haven't got any cards left. So that is that. Alright.
That was.
Yeah. What did you get?
Makes sense.
You killed a rat.
What a waste of time.
Oh, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, Smush.
So you can take both of those back, can't you? Because it only
Yeah.
goes up to 2.
What's now?
Oh.
What's next then?
It's
Binding.
something
Your
to do
turn
with
now.
the guardhouse.
You need, how do we get water? Doesn't it tell you how to get water? Do you take the cottage off now that we've looked?
Not yet.
Oh.
So we can take all them back in the dormant phase, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Night raid.
And we've got to make something.
If you possess any weapons, which we don't because we gave them to old,
What about shovel?
We've got a knife.
No.
we're giving it to him.
Oh.
Right, draw and resolve the top card of the Night Raids deck. Reality impact. Did this before. Draw a card from the colours deck and determine the colour of the script. Then reveal the top card of the Night Raids deck and check the number on it. What is it?
Black.
It's not bad.
Note the black reality impact scripts often depict blind and merciless fate.
Oh
If you
dear.
do not wish to have such events in your game, remove this card from the game and draw another colour card.
What colour? What number is it? What colour?
Black.
Right, 164. Right. It's meant to be really bad then, is it?
Yeah. Merciless.
You can get rid of it though.
Yeah.
164. This is a peaceful night. Right before dawn, a neighbour knocks on the door. We know it's him. We have a secret code when we go to each other's
Yeah.
homes. He and his family have come to help us out. They were lucky yesterday. They filled their stomachs, regained their strength, and decided to ask if we needed some help with anything. They want nothing in return. They're just being human. At this time, you may perform any 2 actions as during a day actions phase. Of course, you still need the resources and tokens. That's not a merciless thing, is it?
Oh, you got the right number.
Yeah, 164.
Maybe one of them's good.
Hmm.
Do you want to call that a day?
Well, should we finish the?
Yeah. I've got to be up at 3 now.
Finish the turn.
Yeah. So there's 2 actions we can do.
Oh, we could do the furniture. Oh no, we did the furniture, didn't we?
On 164, wasn't it? I wonder if it's in the other book. Tell you though, wouldn't it? No. Something about tank.
I think we just got lucky.
Yeah.
Right, 2 actions then. So.
Yes, 2 actions.
So clear that. We can't pick these. Oh, actually, no. You can make.
Build one.
You could build one, and then we could pick this. Which one do we need more then? That one. Or
So what do you need for lockpick?
Component and mechanical.
it's one component, one mechanical part.
Right, so we've got a lockpick.
And then you can pick the lock.
Hmm.
So don't worry about the lock
Who's
pick.
going there?
Yeah.
Who's going there?
Don't need to. 1 mechanical part and 1 wood.
That's 1 action.
That's basically
It's
what
2
we paid
actions.
for
That's 1. That's
the
2.
lockpick, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Next bit.
We've done the night raid, so prowess determines the number of re-rolls you get.
You don't want to make another lockpick then? Is that for
Comes
both
in
actions?
No,
Yes.
that's 1. Yeah.
Oh, actually, how much prowess has she got?
Who? Amelia?
Yeah.
1.
Right, so she can re-roll once. Okay. Each person's during setup, night raid and residence cards with a red corner are set aside. If there's any of these cards left, shuffle 2 cards in any combination into the corresponding deck. Oh, right. So, should have 1 of each. Forgot to do that last time, didn't we? Whatever. Right. Carry on. Dawn. So they return. He returns. We get our
Nice.
stuff. Sign meds and bandages. We haven't got any. We've got meds, but nobody's wounded, are they? Draw a fate card. And ignore the bit with the die.
Okay.
Raise the wounds of all wounded unbandaged characters by 1. Lower the illness of all characters who
Yeah.
took meds by 1. Discard med tokens from all characters. If cold tokens minus board ups,
No, doesn't
No.
affect us.
exchange the nearest small location. If there is none, exchange the nearest medium location.
That's these, isn't it?
Yeah.
Small?
Medium. Yeah, small.
Oh, so we have to do the
Says
small one?
This one.
Exchange the nearest small location.
Right.
If there is
Yeah,
none,
so it's just that one.
exchange the nearest medium location.
Military outpost.
Ooh.
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 Whoa.
Quite dangerous.
Get it?
Resolve weight tokens and discard them. Resolve spirit B on all character cards.
B.
Afterwards, shuffle this back. Oh.
So you have to read B on each character, is that right?
What's the
Yeah.
dice mean then on the thing?
Nothing. At the
It's
moment.
tells you to ignore it, doesn't it?
Just weapons
If
lost.
there are at least 2 cold... Well, that's...
No.
No.
That's what that sign means.
If Anton is hungry,
It's that die, isn't it? He's not
level
hungry.
2 or 3, he's not.
He needs a fag, doesn't he, this bloke? He ain't got
Boris. Discard 1 cigarette from storage or raise Boris's misery by 1.
Yeah, misery by 1.
Mm.
Haven't got any facts.
I need a misery 3.
Oh, misery 3.
Yeah,
Boris.
smokers.
What colour is it?
Grey.
Grey.
Misery. Well, right, so because he's miserable, it's like, it's not fair.
I need more
I've got to have my
facts.
cigs.
Anything else?
Is that it? Shuffle
Yeah,
that back.
that's just got that dice
Oh.
weapon lost.
Shuffle it back.
Shuffle it back in, and then we draw 2 narrative action cards and resolve 1. Resourceful. Play when crafting any fitting. Ignore the requirement of 1 resource or token types. Night Owl. Play at the beginning of the evening phase. Choose 1 character. This character may now perform all their actions again.
So what's the crafting one?
You may ignore 1 of the resources.
That might be useful.
Okay.
Because we haven't got anything major apart from the lockpick, have we?
Whose choice is it?
Don't know. Doesn't really matter because it's going to stop after this round anyway.
Goes big.
And then
That's it.
that's it. So
Are you going to save it?
I can't be bothered. It's too much hassle.
Okay.
But now we know roughly what.
I
we're
thought it
doing.
was. I thought it got better.
Yeah.
Turned off the camera.
It's reading all that